breaking off engagements with multiple fiancées from the start. Feng Lin took the 10 photos given by his father and fell into deep thought. There were cold and beautiful CEOs, gentle teachers, international stars, and professional killers on them. What he had to do was to cancel 9 engagements and marry one of them. Chapter 1, They Are All My Fiancées. Can you move a little farther away from me? A beautiful woman in a baseball cap frowned in annoyance. She wore a black dress, her silky black hair casually draped over her shoulders. Her face was so delicate, she looked like a celebrity straight out of a TV drama. This is a train. The seats are only so big. If you want space, why didn't you fly? The scruffy-haired man next to her gave her a glance and replied casually. Zhu Ziying clenched her teeth in frustration. It's not like she lacked money. If it weren't for the urgency to get home and the unavailability of plane tickets, who in their right mind would take the train? She had initially thought the man beside her looked pretty handsome, tall, over 1.8 meters, with sharp, angular features like a sculpted blade. But as soon as he sat down, he pulled out a small stack of photos and started muttering things like, too small in the hips, 1 T-bear a son, bad figure, too short. Zhu Ziying had taken a secret peek. Every photo was of a gorgeous woman. Some of them were even popular celebrities. She immediately felt disgusted. This guy was clearly a creep. There had to be something wrong with his head. Hey! What are you doing with those photos? The train was about to arrive, and Zhu Ziying figured she might as well show some sympathy to this mentally challenged guy. Feng Lin glanced at her and replied casually, They are all my fiancées. But I can only marry one, so I'm planning to return the rest. Phut. Zhu Ziying couldn't help but burst out laughing. What kind of nonsense was this guy spouting? But suddenly, her laughter stopped because she recognized someone in one of the photos. It was her best friend. The woman in the photo wore a sleek black office uniform, her curves perfectly accentuated. Zhu Ziying snatched the photo and barked, This one's your fiancé too? Feng Lin gave it a glance and nodded. Yeah, but she didn't make the cut. Look at her face like someone owes her $200. Shameless. That's the general manager of Shusha Group in Jiang City, net worth in the hundreds of millions. One sneeze from her and the crowd of guys chasing her would drown you in their spit. Zhu Ziying was furious. Other women were one thing, but this one was her best friend. They grew up together, even shared a room during overseas studies. There was no way she'd let this shameless man fantasize about her like that. Feng Lin's eyes lit up. You know her? HMPH. Of course I know her. Caught in your lie, huh? So embarrassing. Zhu Ziying crossed her arms, sneering with disdain. Perfect. Saves me the trouble of finding her. You can take me to her, and I'll break off the engagement. Feng Lin excitedly grabbed her hand. Let go. Like hell I'd take a lunatic like you anywhere. Zhu Ziying smacked his hand away and turned her face in disgust. Feng Lin shrugged and went back to studying the photos of beautiful women. Just then, the train arrived. Zhu Ziying stood up and left, making a face at Feng Lin. Gross. Go see a doctor about your brain when you've got time. You're the one who should see a doctor. Keep taking that kind of medication, and you're bound to have problems sooner or later. Feng Lin replied calmly without even looking up. Zhu Ziying looked at him in surprise. How did he know about that? Must have been a lucky guess. She grumbled and got off with the crowd. Feng Lin stared at the photos for a moment, then suddenly bolted. Hey! Give my photo back. By the time he got off the train, Zhu Ziying was nowhere to be seen. Feng Lin looked up at the station sign. He was in Jiang City. He couldn't help but marvel at fate. He had actually attended high school here. That woman earlier had said the one in the photo was from the Shu family in Jiang City. Perfect. He pocketed the remaining photos and prepared to call off the engagement. Feng Lin's father had been a doctor, who saved many lives when he was young. He had a strange hobby. Whenever he saw a pretty little girl, he'd try to set her up with Feng Lin for a future marriage. Half a month ago, his father called, saying he didn't have much time left. Terrified, Feng Lin rushed back from overseas. Turned out the old man had been faking it. Then he shoved a pile of photos at Feng Lin, told him to pick a wife, and said he was desperate for a grandson. Feng Lin understood his father's intentions. He wanted his son to move on from the past. And maybe it was time to settle down. Time to get to work. Let us go see the Shu family. Feng Lin sighed and walked out of the station. Eastern District. The villa area of Jiang City. Only the city's richest lived here. Shu family estate. Zhu Ziying sat at a stone table on the lawn. Across from her were two women. One was a well-maintained, curvy middle-aged lady with permed hair. The other was the woman from the photo Shu Ruoying. She wore a high ponytail, her face stunning and cold, like an icy goddess. She looked every bit the image of a strong, independent career woman. Even someone as beautiful as Zhu Ziying seemed slightly dimmer beside her. Ruoying, I'm telling the truth. Look, this is the photo I snatched from him. Zhu Ziying smiled as she placed the photo on the table. What a toad trying to eat swan meat. My daughter is way out of that man's league. The older woman scoffed coldly. She was Shu Ruoying's mother, Wang Qin. No need to get angry, Mom. The photo is obviously downloaded from the internet. Shu Ruoying shook her head calmly. She'd seen plenty of these creeps, best to just ignore them. He even had photos of celebrities, saying they were his fiancées, Zhu Ziying added mockingly. Wang Qin couldn't hold back a chuckle. She had assumed it was just one photo of her daughter, but now it sounded like there were several. She treated the whole thing like a joke now. A parasite living in his own delusions, how could someone like that be good enough for a daughter? Besides, Wang Qin already had someone else in mind for Shu Ruoying's future husband. At that moment, a tall, broad-shouldered middle-aged man with a square face walked over. Uncle. Zhu Ziying stood up with a smile to greet him. The man was Shu Ruoying's father. Ziying, you're here? Shu Chuan smiled warmly. What are you all chatting about? Sounds like fun. Ying ran into a creep on the train today, Wang Qin said with a laugh. He had a photo of our daughter and said he was her fiancé. She couldn't stop laughing and even handed a photo on the table to Shu Chuan. But Shu Chuan didn't laugh. His face turned serious. Come to think of it, Ruoying did have a fiancé. What? All three women stared at him in shock. The air froze. Then Zhu Ziying laughed. Uncle, I didn't know you could joke around like that. Wang Qin and Shu Ruoying also let out a breath of relief. Wang Qin rolled her eyes. That scared me. I'm not joking, Shu Chuan said seriously. It was arranged by my father. I think the guy's name was Feng Lin. With that, he turned and walked toward a nearby villa. I think there's a photo in the old album. I'll go find it. As he walked away, Zhu Ziying asked in a low voice, You don't think that guy was telling the truth, do you? Of course not. He probably just found the picture online. Otherwise, how would he have photos of celebrities too? Shu Ruoying waved it off without concern. Yeah, he had a whole bunch. Zhu Ziying nodded in agreement. Just then, a security guard jogged up respectfully. Madam, miss, there's a visitor. Who is it? Wang Qin sipped her tea without looking up. He said his name is Feng Lin and he's Miss Shu Ruoying's fiancé. Crash. The teacup in Wang Qin's hand shattered against the stone table. Chapter 2, I'm here to break off the engagement. Feng Lin? Didn't Shu Chuan just mention that the man's name was Feng Lin? Shu Ruoying's face turned slightly pale. What era is this? She absolutely couldn't accept a fiancé who appeared out of nowhere. Ying, what's the name of the guy you ran into? Shu Ruoying asked urgently. I don't know either. I thought he was mentally unstable. I only dared to speak a few words with him when we were almost at the station. Zhu Ziying was a bit dazed. Could it really be him? Let him in. Wang Qin stood up and said to the security guard. Yes, Maram. The security guard quickly jogged off. Outside the gate, Feng Lin was pacing back and forth. Before long, the security guard returned. Sir, please come in. No need to be so formal. Feng Lin waved his hand and walked toward the manor. In the distance, he spotted three women approaching. Raising an eyebrow, he recognized Zhu Ziying from the train. So, they really did know each other. That's him. Zhu Ziying pointed at Feng Lin. Wang Qin's expression darkened. She sized him up: cheap casual wear and zero fashion sense. The only remotely decent thing about him was his looks. But good looks can't feed you, especially not in prestigious families like theirs. She had already picked a man for her daughter, the young master of the Song family, one of Jiang City's for major families. Besides, the Song heir was deeply in love with Xu Ruoying, and she had good feelings toward him too. "You're Feng Lin?" Wang Qin asked sternly. "That's right. I'm Xu Ruoying's fiancé. I came today to..." "Don't talk. Just answer what I ask," Wang Qin interrupted sharply. "What do you do for a living?" "For a living?" Feng Lin shook his head. "I'm currently unemployed." "Unemployed? Then what does your family do?" Wang Qin knew some rich second gens didn't work because their families were loaded. "My dad's a doctor," Feng Lin thought for a moment and replied. "Your family owns a hospital?" "No, just a clinic," Feng Lin said. Wang Qin nearly laughed out loud at his self-introduction. How shameless did this guy have to be to show up here and talk about marriage with her precious daughter? No background, no job, and a dad running a small clinic. Can he even make 2,000 yuan a month? And this is the guy who wants to marry her daughter. Get out of here. Go look in the mirror, marry my daughter and drag her down into your miserable life? Wang Qin barked at him. Enough. From the distance, Xu Chuan walked over quickly. He held a photo in his hand and carefully compared it to Feng Lin. The resemblance was strong. Though in the photo, Feng Lin looked only 10 or so years old. "Honey, this guy has no money, no background, not even a job. You can't possibly want our daughter to jump into a fire pit." Wang Qin clung to Xu Chuan's arm and glared daggers at Feng Lin. "Stop it." Xu Chuan took a deep breath and looked at Feng Lin. "Before my father died, he specifically made me promise to honor this engagement. I swore to uphold it." Xu Ruoying's eyes reddened at those words. Did they really just sell her off? Even Zhu Ziying didn't know what to say. "Feng Lin, my daughter can't live a life of hardship with you. If you want to marry her, you'll have to become a live-in son-in-law, and the children will carry the Xu surname," Xu Chuan said firmly. "No way. I don't agree." Wang Qin roared. "Our daughter belongs with young Master Song. Only the Song family is worthy of her. Can I say something now?" Feng Lin took 2 steps forward and looked at them all. "I think you're all mistaken. I'm not here to get married. I'm here to break off the engagement." "What? Break off the engagement?" Everyone stared at him, stunned. Even the security guards nearby were dumbfounded. They knew the young lady well. Beautiful, capable, and extremely self-disciplined. She'd never even dated before. And this guy, he wants to walk away from that. Marrying into the Xu family would mean a life of luxury. "I'm not interested in Miss Xu. I don't want to marry her," Feng Lin said as he glanced at Wang Qin's contemptuous expression. He didn't bother to be polite anymore. "If there's nothing else, I'm leaving. I have several more engagements to cancel." With that, Feng Lin turned to leave. "Stop right there." Xu Chuan grabbed Feng Lin's shoulder. "I approve of the marriage, but only if you become a live-in son-in-law." Wang Qin shouted, "Xu Chuan! We can't afford to offend the Song family. That's enough from both of you. What century do you think we're in? Who I marry is my decision." Xu Ruoying finally exploded. She grabbed Zhu Ziying's hand and stormed out. "Looks like your daughter doesn't want it either." Feng Lin laughed happily, brushed off Xu Chuan's hand, and hummed as he walked away. Feng Lin left the East District and stood by the roadside, head down, studying some photos. Which one should he choose? He frowned slightly and sighed. What a lousy attempt at surveillance. He turned and ducked into a nearby alleyway. Behind him, a white BMW had been tailing him. Inside were Zhu Ziying and Xu Ruoying. Did he notice us? Zhu Ziying looked toward the alley. There was no way the car could follow him in. Forget it. Let us not bother with him. Xu Ruoying, sitting in the passenger seat, rubbed her temples hard. He broke off the engagement anyway. They wouldn't have any further contact. She had no desire to know anything more about this Feng Lin. Xiaoyan, look. It's Song coming. Zhu Ziying pointed at the entrance of a nearby hotel and cracked the window open. In the distance, a man in a suit with a delicate face had his arm around a woman with dyed brown hair as they walked out of the hotel. Xu Ruoying's pupils contracted and her breathing became heavy. She clenched her fists tightly. You're such an animal, young Master Song. They stopped right next to the car, and Shu Ruoying could hear every word. No kidding. Make sure you bring your girlfriends next time. Let us have some real fun. Song Keming said with a wide grin. They've all been complaining that ever since you got with Shu Ruoying, you've forgotten about them. The woman lightly thumped his chest and pouted. I just enjoy the thrill of the chase. Once I get them, I lose interest. Song Keming smirked, lifting the woman's chin. Girls like you with skills are more my type. Hearing that, Shu Ruoying felt her scalp tingle, as if her head was about to explode. She must be insane. She actually had feelings for this kind of man? Bastard. Zhu Ziying was about to get out of the car to teach him a lesson. Shu Ruoying grabbed her arm tightly, forcing herself to stay calm. She whispered, don't. Just take me home. Xiaoyan. Zhu Ziying looked into her teary eyes. Eventually, she nodded. Outside her villa, Shu Ruoying got out and waved. Ingyin, go home. I'll call you when I'm free. Zhu Ziying forced a smile. She knew Shu Ruoying had feelings for Song Keming. But Shu Ruoying was old-fashioned and would never express her feelings before things were official. Zhu Ziying figured, seeing through Song Keming now was a blessing in disguise. If he had tricked her into bed, that would have been a disaster. Shu Ruoying absent-mindedly walked into the villa. Inside, Xu Chuan and Wang Qin were still discussing Feng Lin, clearly mid-argument, both looking displeased. I have an announcement to make. Shu Ruoying looked at her parents calmly. I'm going to marry Feng Lin. Chapter 3 I don't like your type. Feng Lin was walking along the path along the river, preparing to buy a ticket, when he suddenly sneezed. He touched his nose and looked at the willow trees in the distance. A middle-aged man with a slicked back hair and half-white hair was boxing with great force. Next to him stood a tall man in a suit. He is very strong and you can tell at first glance that he is a martial artist. Feng Lin stood here and watched for a while, then shook his head slightly. Although he had already developed hidden power, the injuries on his body prevented him from making any further progress in his lifetime. Feng Lin is not a good man, so there is no need for him to give advice to people he meets by chance. Walk straight past him. Zhu Qian had already noticed this shaking of the head. He originally thought that Feng Lin, the cloud player, was ready to give him some advice. Show off what little knowledge you have. Unexpectedly, the young man said nothing. This actually attracted Zhu Qian's attention. Young man. Zhu Qian took off the white towel around his neck, wiped the sweat off his face, and stood in front of Feng Lin. What's wrong? Feng Lin said lightly. I don't know what you meant by shaking your head just now. I am not very knowledgeable and I like to ask for advice. Zhu Qian smiled at Feng Lin. I just think it's a pity. You have talent, but the physical injuries and old age mean that this is all you will live with. Feng Lin glanced at him calmly, then left. Zhu Qian's face changed drastically. He had been suffering from this hidden injury for more than 20 years. No one else knows except family members. How did he know? Wait a minute, sir. Zhu Qian stood in front of Feng Lin again, and changed his address from young man to sir. What happened again? Feng Lin stopped. Next Sunday, may I know your name, sir? Zhu Qian's expression became respectful this time. My name is Feng Lin. Don't be so polite. Your injury is very difficult to treat. Feng Lin grabbed Zhu Qian's wrist. At the same time, the tall man standing behind Feng Lin thought that Feng Lin was going to attack Zhu Qian. He leaped towards Feng Lin like a tiger. However, Feng Lin seemed to have eyes on his back and he easily dodged his attack and put his hand on the other's chest. Boom! The sturdy man's eyes widened and his body shook violently. He flew backwards uncontrollably and landed in the small river nearby, splashing a lot of water. From beginning to end, Feng Lin didn't even look at him. Dark energy takes shape. Zhu Qian's voice trembled, and a huge wave rose in his heart. When did this kind of thing exist in Jiang City? Entering the true martial arts is the transition from obvious power to dark power. Zhu Qian is in the late stage of dark energy. He alone can lead the Zhu family to become one of the 4 major families in Jiang City. However, the person in front of him had clearly gotten rid of the dark energy and entered the transformation state. Turn invisible power into visible power. Say sorry to your people, that was my natural reaction. Feng Lin released Zhu Qian's wrist and continued, your injury doesn't matter whether it is cured or not. Even if it is healed, it will be difficult to make further progress. Sir, if you don't mind, please come to my house and visit. Zhu Qian bowed respectfully. No need. I came here to cancel the engagement. Now that the engagement has been cancelled, I am ready to go back. Feng Lin waved his hand casually, put his hands in his trouser pockets, and left. Cancel the engagement. Zhu Qian whispered softly and immediately looked at Xiao He. Xiao Zhang, are you okay? Fine. The strong man in the water climbed out. Feng Lin put his hands in his trouser pockets and followed the path along the river, leaving the East District. Came to the downtown area of Jiang City. Looking around, Feng Lin finally felt familiar. He went to high school here for 3 years, but he had never set foot in the villa area where the rich lived. But I know other areas very well. Are you Feng Lin? Suddenly, a person stood in front of Feng Lin. Feng Lin stared at the man in front of him. He felt like he knew him, but he couldn't remember where he was. Have you forgotten? I'm Guodong, your high school classmate. Guodong pointed at himself and laughed. Oh. It's you. Feng Lin suddenly realized that when Guodong was in high school, he was the loudspeaker in the class and was very outgoing. He was very thin at first, but I didn't expect that he would start eating now. Har har. I didn't know you were also developing in Jiang City. Let's find some time to get together as old classmates. Guodong hugged Feng Lin very enthusiastically. However, after their hug, the short woman next to him immediately adjusted the suit he was wearing. He did not forget to glance at Feng Lin with disdain. It seemed to be saying that Feng Lin was not worthy of contacting Guodong. This is my girlfriend, Qian Jing. Guodong introduced with a smile. Qian Jing was not in a good mood. She looked at the watch on her wrist from time to time and said impatiently, let's go quickly. Classmates are not as important as Mr. Li. Feng Lin didn't care. He just waved his hand and said, you have something to do first. Okay, let's leave a phone number. Let's go. Qian Jing didn't wait for Guodong to take out his cell phone before pulling his arm and leaving. This is my classmate, what are you doing? Guodong asked in a low voice. Classmates are divided into rich and poor. Look at the way he's dressed. It's best to stay away from him. He might ask you to borrow money. As Qian Jing was speaking, a Mercedes-Benz S-Class drove past her. This car costs 1 million. She couldn't stop the envy in her eyes and couldn't help but look at it a few more times. She probably won't be able to buy a car like this in her lifetime. Suddenly, her eyes widened. This Mercedes-Benz S-Class actually stopped in front of Feng Lin. Originally Qian Jing thought that it should be the driver asking for directions. But he found a tall beauty coming down from the driver's seat, holding Feng Lin with both hands, not letting him leave, and pushing him into the car. Seeing this, Qian Jing was dumbfounded. The two men's actions just now clearly showed that they knew each other. Quick! Get his phone number. Quick! No matter how stupid Qian Jing was, she knew what was happening. How can an ordinary person have such a good relationship with a beautiful woman who drives $1 million luxury car? Guodong also stood there in a daze. When he came to his senses, he found that the car had already driven away. You are such a loser. Didn't I tell you to hurry up? Qian Jing yelled angrily and pushed Guodong hard. How dare you criticize me? Who was it that looked down on me just now? Guodong couldn't help but growl, with your attitude towards him, I'm so lucky that he doesn't hate me. Qian Jing sighed deeply, feeling extremely regretful. A big shot like that could probably find them a good job with just a few words. She wanted to slap herself. Feng Lin sat in the passenger seat and looked at Xu Ruoying helplessly. What do you mean? She actually said just now that if Feng Lin didn't go with her, she would tell him in the street that she was pregnant with his child and accused him of abandoning her. A good young man like Feng Lin doesn't want to be misunderstood. I want to marry you. Xu Ruoying stared straight ahead with a cold expression. Feng Lin suddenly became serious. You don't really have a child, do you want me to be a father? I've never had a boyfriend before. All the firsts are there. Xu Ruoying stepped on the brakes and stopped at the edge of the suburban road. She turned her head and stared at Feng Lin. I want to marry you. Feng Lin was a little speechless. Didn't I tell you? I don't like your type. What type do you like? Xu Ruoying asked. I like it. Feng Lin gestured with his hand, the really big ones. I am E. Xu Ruoying said expressionlessly. Feng Lin glanced at her secretly and said, your appearance is up to standard, but your personality is not. I like gentle older sisters. You are not a man. You dare not marry a woman like me when I am in front of you. Xu Ruoying looked at the vibrating phone and pressed the speakerphone button. Xiaoyin, what's wrong with you? Feng Lin is a waste. Are you crazy? Wang Qin's roar came from the other end of the phone. You are the waste. Feng Lin couldn't help it. I've already broken off the engagement, and yet you still dare to mock me. Chapter 4 I'll depend on you. Wang Qin on the other end of the phone was stunned for a moment, and her voice was like an angry lion. Feng Lin. Get out of here right now. Mom. I'm going to hang up now. I'll come find you later. Xu Ruoying turned off her cell phone and looked at Feng Lin calmly, as if waiting for Feng Lin to speak. I advise you to calm down. You two must be having a conflict. If you marry me in anger, you will be the one who regrets it. Feng Lin held the back of his head with his hands, leaned against the back seat, and glanced at Xu Ruoying. You really are a good person. Surprisingly, Xu Ruoying, who had always been cold, showed an imperceptible smile. But Feng Lin noticed that this woman had a beautiful smile. Incomparable. Xu Ruoying took a deep breath and said calmly, I know you have low self-esteem. Feng Lin was frowning. How could he tell that she was inferior? This is the first time in his life that someone has described him as inferior. You think you are not worthy of me, so you prepared fake photos and told us that you have many fiancées. This way you can save face when you break off the engagement, right? Xu Ruoying imitated Feng Lin, holding the back of her head, leaning against the pillow, and whispering to herself. Feng Lin suddenly realized that this was what she was thinking. You didn't say anything, so I guess that means you agree. After Xu Ruoying learned about Song Keming's character, she thought a lot on their way back. Feng Lin may be poor, but he is an honest man. Knowing what it means to be well matched, he knew in his heart that she was not worthy of him, so he chose to cancel the engagement. Who, a normal man, can do this? Although the Xu family is not a big family, its assets have entered the billion club. Besides, she is not ugly. How many men dream of having money and a beautiful wife? But Feng Lin was able to refuse calmly. To some extent, such a person is hard to come by. Feng Lin is an honest man and quite handsome. After we get married, I will be able to keep him under control. I say, beautiful woman, you are quite imaginative, but these fiancés of mine are all real. Feng Lin opened the car door and prepared to get out. He still wants to cancel the engagement. There was one thing Xu Ruoying guessed correctly, Feng Lin was very honest. He was afraid that some of the women in the photos were too submissive and would never marry just because they knew they had a fiancé. Women's best years are limited to a few years, and Feng Lin doesn't want to waste them. Stop. Xu Ruoying hugged Feng Lin's arm with both arms and said viciously, I'm relying on you. If you don't agree to get married, I'll follow you wherever you go. Feng Lin could clearly feel the touch on his arm. But he still grabbed Xu Ruoying's wrist, ready to push her away. At this moment, his expression suddenly changed. This meridian. What's wrong with you? Xu Ruoying also noticed that Feng Lin's expression was not right. Feng Lin closed the car door again and asked calmly, when you were a child, were you bitten on the butt? How did you know it was you, the bastard? Xu Ruoying's pretty face suddenly turned red, and she hit and pinched Feng Lin. This past event has always been buried in her heart. But she was only 6 or 7 years old at the time, and her memory had long since become blurred. She only remembered that her grandfather took her to a village to see a doctor. The doctor had a child who was about the same age as her, and for some unknown reason, the two of them started fighting. Later she was pinned to the ground and bitten hard. At that time, she cried and screamed in pain, and no matter how we comforted her, it didn't work. Feng Lin said before that his father was a doctor. Put this way, everything makes sense. The marriage between the two should have been arranged at that time. Stop messing around. Let me ask you something. Feng Lin frowned and asked in a deep voice, do you know where my mother went? The reason why he was shocked was that his mother disappeared during the days when his father was treating Xu Ruoying. As if evaporated from the face of the earth. For this reason, Dad took Feng Lin and traveled all over the country, but they still couldn't find it after 10 years of searching. Xu Ruoying looked at Feng Lin's expression and remembered a little bit about how she cried when she was bitten. It seems like he was coaxed by a beautiful woman. It was vague that the woman was taken away by someone. Want to know? Xu Ruoying's beautiful eyes narrowed into a line. Feng Lin nodded. Promise me one thing, and I'll tell you. Xu Ruoying started the car and left. Feng Lin didn't expect that he would be able to find his mother's whereabouts when he broke off the engagement. The key point is that I have met this Xu Ruoying before. Isn't this fate? Xu Ruoying's request was very simple, which was to get a marriage certificate, but it was a fake marriage. It can be withdrawn in the future. Feng Lin definitely didn't care when they divorced later. With just one phone call, he can erase Xu Ruoying's marriage record. It shows that she is still unmarried, not divorced. He supported his chin and looked at Xu Ruoying carefully. The tomboy she used to be had actually grown up to be so beautiful. If you look at me again, I'll dig out your eyes. Xu Ruoying shouted coldly. However, she didn't know why, but she always felt happy. The brat who once bullied her is now in her hands. She will bully him severely from now on. The two of them went to the Civil Affairs Bureau and completed the formalities in no time. They got back into the car, with two small notebooks in their hands. Xu Ruoying drove to the Xu family villa. Wang Qin and Xu Chuan were still arguing about Feng Lin. However, Wang Qin gained the upper hand and Xu Chuan was forced to compromise. The Song family is one of the four major families in Jiang City, and they really can't afford to provoke them. Xu Chuan's plan was to give Feng Lin some money and let him go home and find a wife. It can be considered as making up for it. The door of the villa was pushed open, and Xu Ruoying walked in holding Feng Lin's hand. You little bastard! Let my daughter go! Wang Qin was furious when she saw the two of them holding hands. Mom, we've already got the marriage certificate, so don't scold my husband anymore. Xu Ruoying took out a small notebook from her body, on which was clearly written the words, marriage certificate. Wang Qin's eyes widened as she pointed at Xu Ruoying, her fingers trembling. You're going to piss me off to death. You're going to piss me off to death. All right. Xu Chuan frowned, took out a cigarette from his pocket, lit it and took a deep puff. Feng Lin, didn't you want to cancel the engagement? What's going on? Feng Lin glanced at Xu Ruoying and said with a smile, I've figured it out. What's wrong with marrying a rich woman? I won't have to work in the future and I'll have money to spend. You little brat. You're dreaming. Wang Qin screamed in anger. Xu Chuan held a cigarette between his legs and exhaled, I remember you are from the village. I will give you 2 million. This money is enough for you to enjoy your whole life in the village. Leave my daughter alone. Xu Ruoying held Feng Lin's hand tightly, fearing that he would bow down for money. Just as her father said, the Feng Lin family was indeed very poor. I remember when I accompanied my grandfather to his home, everyone else in the village lived in brick and tile houses, but Feng Lin's family still lived in an old-style earthen house. In the village, you can marry a beautiful wife for 300,000 yuan. More than 300,000 yuan is enough to buy an entry-level BMW or Mercedes-Benz. If he spent another 300,000 to build a big house, he would still have 1 million left for retirement. He was really afraid that Feng Lin would agree. Har har. Is Xiaoyin home? I'm Xiaoming. Just then, a man's laughter was heard outside the villa. Wang Qin gave Feng Lin a cold smile, ran out to open the door, and said with a smile, Mr. Song is here? Come in. P.S. Brothers, please give us your support if you think it's good. The more free recommendation tickets you collect, the better. Chapter 5 Fund Freeze. The person outside the door was Song Keming. He was holding a beautifully packaged box in his hand and nodded politely to Wang Qin, You're too polite, auntie. Just call me Xiao Song. Okay, please come in. Wang Qin's attitude towards Song Keming is almost the same as Feng Lin's. His expression was full of flattery. After Song Keming walked into the villa, he found Xu Ruoying holding hands with a man. His face suddenly turned gloomy, but he recovered the next moment and placed the gift box in front of Xu Chuan with a smile. Uncle, this is the top quality Biluochun tea my family just received. I remember you like drinking tea, so I specially sent some to you. You're so polite. Please take a seat. Xu Chuan nodded secretly. Compared with this, Feng Lin and Song Keming were like heaven and earth. Is this your relative? Song Keming sat on the sofa, looking at Feng Lin with a smile on his face. Wang Qin hurried over and sat next to Song Keming. Xiao Song, who is this man? Is my husband. Xu Ruoying said coldly, interrupting Wang Qin. Wang Qin realized that she couldn't hide it anymore, so she immediately explained, "Don't worry, Mr. Song. This man was Xiaoyin's grandfather. We arranged the marriage as a joke, but I didn't expect this guy to take it seriously." Humph. But we've already got the marriage certificate. Xu Ruoying held up the marriage certificate. Now seeing Song Keming, a beast in human clothing, she wanted to vomit. Song Keming's expression finally turned cold. "Xiaoyin, what's wrong with you? How have I ever let you down? You still have the nerve to say that." Xu Ruoying snorted coldly and grabbed Feng Lin's hand. "Let's go." Presumptuous. Xu Chuan slammed his hand on the coffee table, his face filled with anger. "Xu Ruoying, if you dare to leave this house, don't come back in this lifetime." However, Xu Ruoying did not stop and walked away quickly, pulling Feng Lin. Song Keming's face was gloomy. He had finally caught the prey, so how could he let another man get there first? "Song Xiao. Don't be angry. Without our consent as parents, that kid wouldn't dare to do anything." Wang Qin hurried over to comfort her, fearing that Song Keming would hold a grudge against her. "Auntie, I'm not angry, but the previous order worth 300 million is the dowry prepared by our Song family. I hope you can handle it well." Song Keming's words were very clear. As long as they are not fools, they can hear it. The Xu family's assets exceed 10 billion, and this order can increase their income by 30%. But since the Song family can give it to you, they can also take it away. The Song family also controls half of Jiang City's material supply. If they don't sell it to the Xu family in the future, the consequences are disastrous. "Don't worry, Mr. Song, we know what to do." Xu Chuan's face also became solemn. The Song family had the ability to destroy them. Wang Qin was right. The Xu family couldn't afford to offend the Song family. Xu Ruoying took Feng Lin and left the Xu family. Along the way, a text message came from her cell phone. She took it out and looked at it, and her face turned cold. "What's wrong?" Feng Lin asked curiously. "All my bank cards have been frozen, and my mobile banking app is unusable." Xu Ruoying took out a black wallet from her body, opened it and took a look. "I only have more than 200 yuan left." "It's okay. I have money." Feng Lin reached into his pocket and pulled out a few crumpled bills. There are 50-cent notes, $1 note, and 3 $10 notes. Seeing this, Xu Ruoying burst out laughing. She was also extremely surprised as to why she felt like laughing when she was with Feng Lin. "Do you regret not taking the 2 million just now?" Xu Ruoying looked up at Feng Lin. "I do feel a little regretful." Feng Lin nodded. "Humph. I misjudged you." Xu Ruoying puffed her lips slightly and strode forward. Feng Lin followed with a smile. "Where are we going now?" "I don't know. I probably can't go back to the villa where I live." Xu Ruoying turned around and looked at Feng Lin. "With the Xu and Song families causing trouble, it's impossible for me to find a job in Jiang City." "You mean, now you can only rely on me to support you?" Feng Lin couldn't help but curl his lips. Xu Ruoying immediately glared at Feng Lin. "Why? You don't want to?" "I'm just worried that you can't bear the hardship." "Lao Ganmar with steamed buns, can you handle it?" Feng Lin asked with his hands in his trouser pockets, smiling. "Of course I can." Xu Ruoying nodded. "Remember, my father happens to have a house in Jiang City. You can go with me now. If you treat me as your own, tell me what happened." Feng Lin hailed a taxi. But Xu Ruoying smiled and waved at the taxi driver, pulling Feng Lin to take the bus. "What time is it?" "Still taking a taxi." Feng Lin smiled but didn't say anything. The two took the bus and went to the urban village in Jiang City together. Along the way, Xu Ruoying told Feng Lin everything she had seen today. Feng Lin nodded secretly. It turned out to be because of this matter. The urban villages here each have one courtyard for 2 families. It's like a family compound, with several houses sharing a yard. After walking through the gate, I found that the yard was very well maintained, and there were several vegetable gardens where green vegetables were grown. There are 2 houses on the left and right. The house on the right was obviously still occupied, with quilts hanging on ropes to dry. The wall of the house on the left is very mottled. Feng Lin counted the bricks on the wall and stopped at the 19th floor. He pulled out the brick with one hand. He took out a bunch of keys from inside. Sure, Feng Lin. Xu Ruoying couldn't help but shout out. If such an urban village were to be demolished in the future, he should be able to get a lot of money. Who? Just then, a man's voice was heard from the house opposite. Immediately afterwards, a bald man holding a machete walked into the yard. Feng Lin stuffed the brick in, turned around and looked across. Who are you? When he saw the person opposite him dressed like this, he guessed that something had happened. He should be a thief or something like that, definitely not a decent person. Woo woo. Suddenly, Feng Lin heard a woman's voice and he immediately walked over. Feng Lin, be careful. Xu Ruoying also felt her heart beating in her throat. She looked around, picked up a stick from the vegetable garden, and followed Feng Lin. What do you do? Feng Lin put his hands in his trouser pockets and walked towards the bald man. The bald man didn't even look at Feng Lin, but instead looked at Xu Ruoying behind him. This figure, this look, a star on TV. Not that beautiful either. You little bastard. Don't mind your own business, or I'll kill you. The bald man raised his machete, pointed at Feng Lin and shouted. Feng Lin kicked the other person in the stomach without saying a word. Bang! His body flew backwards and smashed open the door behind him. Feng Lin walked into the room and saw 7 or 8 people inside, including a middle-aged woman kneeling on the ground, crying. There was still trace of blood at the corner of her mouth. This is. Feng Lin recalled that he seemed to have met the woman a few years ago. The woman was none other than his father's neighbor at the time, Aunt Tang. Chapter 6, Lady Luck. Feng Lin remembered it very clearly. When he was in high school here, his father was a neighbor of this woman. However, Feng Lin is a boarding student and has to go out on missions from time to time, so he does not come here very often. Xu Ruoying followed closely behind Feng Lin. Seeing everyone in the room looking ferocious, she was a little at a loss. This Feng Lin, he took action in such a hurry. At least we should first see how many people there are on the other side. Brothers, get to work. Inside the house, a round-faced sturdy man in a vest found that his younger brother was kicked over, and a trace of indifference flashed in his eyes. Feng Lin grabbed Xu Ruoying's hand and quickly stepped back. Fighting here could easily damage their furniture. Noticing Feng Lin retreating, several people quickly followed him. 2 of them blocked the gate and trapped Feng Lin in the yard. The remaining few people walked out calmly. The leader was the round-faced burly man from before. He had a face full of flesh, was not tall, but was very strong. Do you know who I am? How dare you attack my people? Feng Lin smiled and said, are you mentally retarded? If you don't tell me your name, who would know who you are? Damn it. Xu Ruoying next to him was speechless and wanted to hit him with a stick. Is Feng Lin a fool? At this time, you are still angering them. Brother Wolf's eyes were not on Feng Lin, but on Xu Ruoying. Finally, I came to the conclusion in 2 words, it's awesome. At the same time, Tang Hong, who was in the room, walked out holding onto the wall and asked uncertainly, are you Feng Lin? Auntie, long time no see. Feng Lin greeted her with a smile. Tang Hong's face turned pale. She came to Brother Wolf and begged with her head down, Brother Wolf, this is between you and me. Can you let them go? Brother Wolf grabbed Tang Hong by the collar, his face grim, who do you think you are? Are you teaching me how to do things? Seeing this, Xu Ruoying shouted coldly, what are you doing? Let her go, I'm calling the police. Brother Wolf was not afraid at all, go ahead and report it. His husband gambled and owed me 300,000. He drove drunk a month ago and drowned in the river. I'm here to collect the money. It's just 300,000. Xu Ruoying was talking when she suddenly fell silent. She only had more than 200 yuan on her. I can't even take care of myself, let alone help others. Feng Lin frowned slightly. He did remember that Tang Hong had an immoral husband. Since they owe me 300,000, I might as well teach them a lesson. After that, they will definitely come again. Even getting worse. He wants to solve this problem at the source. Har har har. Feng Lin suddenly laughed, Brother Wolf, do you mean there is a casino here? Do you like to play too? Brother Wolf asked with narrowed eyes. Feng Lin rubbed his hands and said, I want to play a few rounds when I'm bored. Can Brother Wolf take me with you? No. We are not done yet. Brother Wolf pointed at Tang Hong next to him. Simple, I'll pay for the money she owes you. Feng Lin hugged Xu Ruoying's waist and said with a faint smile, Secretary, take out my wallet. Xu Ruoying was so angry that her teeth were itching, but in this situation, she decided to listen to Feng Lin. She pulled out her black wallet and pulled out a platinum card. Feng Lin took the card and asked with a smile, have you seen it before? If you don't have millions of dollars in assets, you are not eligible to apply. Brother Wolf touched his chin. He had indeed seen this kind of platinum card before. It seems that the man in front of me is a rich second generation. This is perfect. He has plenty of money anyway. If he wins for 5 million, he can achieve financial freedom sooner. Go to a small city and enjoy a peaceful life. Okay. Brothers. Take Tang Hong with you. Brother Wolf waved his hand and led the way. Xu Ruoying secretly pinched Feng Lin's waist and whispered, are you stupid? 9 times out of 10, you lose when you gamble. Look at his smile. There must be something wrong. Tang Hong also followed and grabbed Feng Lin's arm, tears streaming down her face. Feng Lin, this matter has nothing to do with you, you'd better run away. Don't worry, my luck has always been good. Feng Lin said with a smile. This is the urban village in Jiang City. The area was actually not very large. After passing a few small paths, they came to an abandoned factory. When we walked into the factory, we found 5 gambling tables that were converted from billiard tables. Every table was full of people. Most of them had bloodshot eyes, obviously they were drunk. Brother Wolf is back. Fuck. Brother Wolf brought back a fairy. Everyone here looked over and was instantly attracted by Xu Ruoying's appearance. Many people rubbed their eyes, thinking that her figure was too domineering. Move aside, we have a boss here today, please free up a table. Brother Wolf came to the gambling table in the middle and sat in the dealer's seat. Hearing that there was a big shot, everyone around gathered around to see what was going on. Brother, you are the guest, tell me, what are you playing? Brother Wolf pointed to several games on the table. Feng Lin pulled Xu Ruoying and asked her to sit on his lap. Come here, goddess of luck. Seeing this scene, everyone around was envious. Xu Ruoying's face suddenly turned red. This bastard did it on purpose. He knew that under the current circumstances, he would definitely not turn against him, and could only take revenge later. Let's play dice. It's simple and easy to remember. Just compare the size. Feng Lin pointed at the dice next to him. He learned this game from his father when he was 7 or 8 years old. He can flip it according to different shaking methods and control it precisely to any point. Okay, I like this kind of brainless thing. What Brother Wolf said is true, the dice roll very fast. If you play mahjong, even if you bet 10,000 per game, you don't know how long it will take to win millions. Of course, there is another important point about dice, you can cheat. Take $100 first and test the waters. Feng Lin said to Xu Ruoying. Although Xu Ruoying was not very willing, she still took out 100 yuan from her wallet and put it on the table. 3 dice, it'll be easier to get a leopard this way. Feng Lin put $100 in the middle of the table, 1 dice will determine the winner. Okay. Let's get started. Brother Wolf lit a cigarette and gave Feng Lin 3 cigarettes and a bamboo tube. It's the same on his side. People all gathered around, and the young man tried the waters with 100 first, and there would definitely be bigger ones later. Feng Lin shook it vigorously more than 10 times and put it on the table. Brother Wolf did the same, took a puff of his cigarette, and said with a smile, I'll open it first. Picking up the bamboo tube, his points were 2, 2, 3. That adds up to 7. This is his usual practice. He never cheats in the first game. He lets the opponent win first and then starts the fight. It's only 7 o'clock. Brother Wolf has bad luck today. Yeah. But $100 isn't a lot of money. The people watching from all sides looked towards Feng Lin. Goddess of luck, you open it. Feng Lin said to Xu Ruoying. Xu Ruoying didn't know why, but she was very nervous even though it was only 100 yuan. She exhaled deeply and picked up the bamboo tube. 1, 1, 2, it's only 4 o'clock. Oh my god. It's exactly the smallest spot. If 2 are exchanged for 1, it's a leopard. Har har. It's also luck that I can open it to the minimum. You are worthy of being the goddess of luck. The men nearby started teasing and mocking her. Xu Ruoying's face looked very ugly. Tang Hong even grabbed Feng Lin's arm and said, "Stop betting. This matter has nothing to do with you." "Shut up." Brother Wolf pointed at Tang Hong and roared, "Be quiet. Don't think I don't know that your daughter is still attending university in Jiang City." Tang Hong's face turned pale instantly and she didn't dare to say a word. Feng Lin smiled, he was just getting familiar with it the first time. It seems that his skills have not fallen behind. Secretary, another 100. Chapter 766. Xu Ruoying handed the only $100 left in her wallet to Feng Lin. After that, she looked around for an escape route. She knew that Feng Lin didn't even have $100 on him. Where can I return the 300,000? Brother Wolf felt helpless. He gave you the chance but you were useless. But Brother Wolf is a cautious person and he must let Feng Lin win once. Come again. Feng Lin shook it a few more times and put it on the table. The same thing goes for Brother Wolf, he didn't cheat. This time they both opened it at the same time, Feng Lin at 6 o'clock and Wolf Brother at 8 o'clock. Lost again. Xu Ruoying and Tang Hong both turned pale. Grass. Feng Lin cursed angrily, I don't believe in evil. Secretary, take the bank card with the least amount of money. Sealing off the forest. Xu Ruoying called out in a low voice, but looking at the confidence on Feng Lin's face, for some reason, she still took out an ordinary bank card. Feng Lin took the bank card and looked at Brother Wolf, is there a card swipe machine? You should know that Xu Ruoying's bank card has been frozen. The balance in it can be checked, but it cannot be used. What Feng Lin needs to do is to make them believe that there is money in the card. Yes. Har har har. I have everything here. Brother Wolf's mouth was about to split open with laughter. This guy must be crazy. A bald guy, holding a black POS machine, came to Feng Lin. Feng Lin swiped the card and Xu Ruoying next to him entered the password. Click check balance. The bald man exclaimed, Brother Wolf, there is 200,000 in the card. Okay. Brother Wolf smiled and rubbed his hands, how much will you bet next time? Feng Lin threw the bank card directly into the middle of the table, 200,000, do you dare? Hiss. Everyone around was stunned. It was indeed the big boss. When playing dice, he dares to roll 200,000. Sure. I'm happy today, so I'll play with you. Brother Wolf winked at the person next to him, telling him that he couldn't take this much money lightly. This time, I have to cheat. A yellow-haired young man next to him took out a mobile phone from his pocket and started the machine on the table. Feng Lin only shook it 3 times this time and then put it on the table. Brother Wolf shook many times. Come on. Open. Feng Lin opened the bamboo tube again, 225. 9 points in total. But after Brother Wolf opened the bamboo tube, his points were 665. 17 o'clock. Har har har. Brother Wolf threw his head back and laughed, then put the bank card next to him. This is his machine, and his dice actually have magnets on them. As long as the machine is turned on, it's either 5 o'clock or 6 o'clock. The reason why we don't use all 6s is because we're afraid that others will become suspicious. If all the numbers are 6s, even a fool would know that there is something wrong. Sealing off the forest. Xu Ruoying didn't know what to say. Tang Hong felt even more dizzy. She had met Feng Lin several times before and remembered that he was not that kind of person. Fuck. I don't believe it. Keep taking the smallest bank card. Feng Lin slammed the table and yelled at Xu Ruoying. Xu Ruoying hesitated for a moment, but decided to listen to Feng Lin and took out a bank card. Come. Check the balance. Feng Lin pointed at the bald man next to him. The bald man came over with a smile, and after checking the balance, he gasped in shock, Brother Wolf, it's a full 600,000. The people around also felt their heartbeats quicken. This brother is really awesome. 600,000 for one. Do you dare? Feng Lin threw the bank card into the middle of the table again. 600,000 for one. Oh my god, I finally meet a real boss. Har har, Brother Wolf shouldn't dare to do that, right? If I were Brother Wolf, I wouldn't play. The number is too high. Looking at the speeches of the people around him, Brother Wolf sneered. Why not follow? I'm following. Come. Brother Wolf waved his hand. Stop. Feng Lin suddenly raised his hand. What's wrong? Do you regret it? Brother Wolf asked puzzledly. No, I bet 200,000 just now because I owed Brother Wolf 300,000, so I didn't let you pay. Feng Lin pointed at the bank card on the table and said, I have 600,000 yuan here now. The money Brother Wolf bet on me is not enough. Brother Wolf was stunned. He was so happy that he actually forgot about this matter. Feng Lin agreed to return the 300,000 yuan to Tang Hong, plus the 200,000 yuan he just won, which only amounted to 500,000 yuan. The money is indeed not enough to match their 600,000 yuan. Wait. Brother Wolf took the key from his pocket and headed for the room in the distance. After a while, he was holding a thick stack of banknotes in his hand. Anyway, this money will be yours sooner or later. Is that enough this time? Brother Wolf put 100,000 yuan in the middle of the table. That's enough. Feng Lin smiled and nodded, then began to shake violently. Come on. Good. Brother Wolf laughed loudly. In less than a few minutes, he won 800,000 yuan, which he had never dared to dream of before. Finally, they both stopped at the same time. I'll go first. Brother Wolf quickly took the bamboo tube away. 3 5s, leopard. The crowd watching exclaimed. This is the second place in the ranking, and Feng Lin only has one chance to win. That's 3 6s. Little brother. I told you long ago that you are too anxious. How can you bet 600,000 at once? That's right. This is 600,000. Facing the words of the people around him, Feng Lin set his eyes on Xu Ruoying, goddess of luck. You come. I'm not coming. Xu Ruoying waved her hands hurriedly. She had just done it herself and made the smallest point. It might be the same this time. Be obedient. Feng Lin said to Xu Ruoying. I. Xu Ruoying took a deep breath, clasped her hands together and prayed, then closed her eyes and quickly opened the bamboo tube. When everyone around saw what was happening, they all screamed in shock. 3 6s. Leopard. Biggest. Holy crap. Is this true? She is indeed the goddess of luck. The points she gives are either the smallest or the largest. 6 6 6. This is really 6 6 6. Xu Ruoying listened to the shouts of the people around her, opened her eyes, and hugged Feng Lin's head excitedly. But she was sitting on Feng Lin because of the height difference between them. Feng Lin's face was covered and everything in front of him was dark. Xu Ruoying suddenly reacted, immediately moved away from Feng Lin, and stood in the distance with her head down. Har har. I was saying, how can you keep losing? Feng Lin took out 2 bank cards and handed them to Xu Ruoying, and then took out a stack of bills. Brother Wolf, where's the IOU? Brother Wolf's face was grim. He didn't expect this kid to be so lucky. He took out the IOU from his pocket, crumpled it up, threw it to Feng Lin, and said sternly, come again. No, we have something else to do. Feng Lin picked up the IOU and took a look at it. There was not only a signature but also a fingerprint on it, so it should be authentic. He stood up and turned to leave. Stop. Let's continue. You want to leave after winning the money. Brother Wolf slammed the table hard, and all the younger brothers around him stopped Feng Lin. Feng Lin turned around with a smile. So here with Brother Wolf, you can only lose money, and those who win money can't leave. Chapter 8, I'll give you 300 million orders. Feng Lin's words drew responses from people around him. Brother Wolf. What do you mean? You got carried away and you blame others. I lost $30,000 or $40,000 to you, but I can't afford to lose as much as you can. That's right. If you're like this, who will come to your place in the future? The many gamblers around are not vegetarians either. Almost none of them had ever won money here, and they were all very angry. Now that we finally have a winner, they won't let us leave. Who will come here in the future? Brother Wolf clenched his fists. It seemed he had no choice but to swallow his anger. I can't stop doing business just for 100,000 yuan. Let them go. Brother Wolf waved his hand. All the people around dispersed to make way for Feng Lin. Feng Lin grabbed Xu Ruoying's hand and left in a swagger. After they came outside, Xu Ruoying patted her chest and said, I was scared to death. I've told you before, I've always had good luck. Feng Lin handed the IOU to Tang Hong. Auntie, burn it. Feng Lin, I don't know how to thank you. Tang Hong's tears kept falling like a river bursting its dam. Feng Lin saved her whole family. As the saying goes, a distant relative is not as good as a close neighbor. As Feng Lin was speaking, the stack of money in his hand was snatched away by Xu Ruoying. She had 20,000 yuan in one trouser pocket and another 20,000 yuan in the other pocket of her shirt. The last 20,000 yuan was stuffed into his clothes. What are you doing? Feng Lin asked helplessly. Confiscated. I am the goddess of luck. Without me, how can you win? Xu Ruoying crossed her arms and said calmly. Feng Lin rolled his eyes helplessly. How dare you say that? Go back. Tang Hong followed behind Feng Lin with an unnatural look on her face. It seemed that the woman in front of her should be Feng Lin's girlfriend. Didn't he, Mr. Feng, tell Feng Lin at the beginning? It was obvious that their two families had decided on the marriage a long time ago. After leaving, Feng Lin sent a text message to someone, asking them to shut down the place. After returning home, Feng Lin opened the door. With the help of Tang Hong, several people cleaned the room. Finally, it looks a lot cleaner. Xu Ruoying called Zhu Ziying and asked her for help to get something. She said goodbye to Feng Lin and left a moment ago. As for Feng Lin, he was going to eat something. It's almost dusk now. I've been busy for so long and haven't eaten yet. He put his hands in his trouser pockets and walked casually on the street in the urban village. Suddenly, I saw a bun shop. He walked in. Welcome, meat or vegetarian? Feng Lin just walked in and saw a beautiful girl in sportswear greeting him. She has a small, oval face, shoulder-length hair, and is full of youthfulness. Feng Lin stared at the woman blankly. Hello. Tang Qianqian called out again, but her expression was already somewhat displeased. This man is so uncultured, he kept staring at her. Wait a minute. Feng Lin took out photos from his inner pocket, flipped through them one by one, and finally found a woman with short hair. Exactly the same as the person in front of me. Who are you? Why do you have my photo? Tang Qianqian immediately reached out to grab it. But Feng Lin dodged in advance and looked at Tang Qianqian calmly. The previous evaluation of her was that she had a bad figure. From the looks of it, it should be an adult, but it is still like a cutting board. I hope you won't get excited about what I'm about to say. Feng Lin put the photos back and only took Tang Qianqian's photo. Actually, I'm your fiancé. I'll marry your grandmother's legs. Tang Qianqian looked around, picked up the broom in the corner, pointed at Feng Lin, and said, Get out. I'm calling the police. Listen to me, I really am your fiancé, but I don't think we are suitable, so let's forget about the marriage. Feng Lin took a few steps back and smiled awkwardly. Do you really think I'm kidding? Tang Qianqian picked up the phone, pressed Yaroyaling, and asked Feng Lin to take a look at the number on it. I want meat buns. Feng Lin stopped her and told her to eat first. Tang Qianqian glared at Feng Lin coldly, but she was here to work after all, so she chose to endure it. He took a basket of buns, placed them coldly in front of Feng Lin, then turned and left. Just then, a middle-aged man with a flat head walked in from the back. He smiled at Feng Lin and said, Lots of meat, right? Are you the boss? Feng Lin asked calmly. Yes, I have worked here for more than 10 years. Zhang Bing nodded with a smile. The buns tasted good, but the waiter was not good. My originally good mood was ruined by the waiter. Feng Lin ate while glancing at Tang Qianqian. You? Tang Qianqian pointed at Feng Lin viciously. Qianqian. What's wrong with you? Zhang Bing frowned. Don't bring your emotions into your work. Apologize. Tang Qianqian took a few deep breaths in anger, clenched her fists, walked up to Feng Lin, and said coldly, I'm sorry. Boss, look at her tone. Feng Lin complained again. Zhang Bing's face was a little unhappy. Qianqian, you should know that uncle only asked you to greet him for your mother's sake. Tang Qianqian puffed her lips slightly. She usually has to go to school, so she rushes over at 5:30 in the afternoon and is busy until 7 or 8 in the evening. It only takes 2 hours, and the bun shop is mainly busy with breakfast, so there is almost no need for help in the afternoon. But Zhang Bing still agreed and promised to pay her wages to supplement the family income. I was wrong. I'm sorry. Tang Qianqian forced a smile towards Feng Lin, which was uglier than crying. Forget it, I'm not a demon. Feng Lin smiled and touched Tang Qianqian's head, then continued eating the buns. Tang Qianqian enjoyed it and sat opposite. After eating, Feng Lin took out the money and said before leaving, "Remember to tell your family that we are done." Feng Lin walked around and returned to his residence. I found a BMW parked in front of their door. Zhu Ziying just happened to walk out. When she saw Feng Lin, she immediately rushed over and said, "Feng Lin, get in the car." "What's wrong?" Feng Lin didn't know what was going on yet and was hugged from behind and pushed into the car in the same way. "It's all my fault." Zhu Ziying knocked on the steering wheel angrily, started the car and left. Feng Lin supported his cheek with one hand and learned from Zhu Ziying that the Shu family had sealed up all of Shu Ruoying's belongings and sent people to keep an eye on Zhu Ziying. Because they knew that if Shu Ruoying got into trouble, she would definitely ask Zhu Ziying for help. When the two of them went shopping, Shu Ruoying was forcibly taken away by people from the Shu family. At the same time, Shu Ruoying sat on the sofa with red eyes. Behind her were two security guards, ready to subdue her at any time. "Xiaoyin, tell me the truth, what happened?" Xu Chuan was smoking a cigarette with a serious expression. He knew his daughter would never do such a thing for no reason. Shu Ruoying told them everything she saw today. Xu Chuan and Wang Qin looked at each other. "Do you understand now? He is just playing tricks on me," Shu Ruoying said coldly. "So what? You married him, and he promised our family a 300 million order. It must be true." Wang Qin came over and said solemnly, "What's more, we really can't afford to offend the Song family. If we offend them, our Shu family will be finished. Are you still my mother?" Shu Ruoying shouted in tears. Bang! The door of their villa was kicked open by Feng Lin. "Isn't it just an order of 300 million? I'll give it to you." Feng Lin walked in with his hands in his trouser pockets and an indifferent expression. Chapter 9 Medium Meaning. "You little brat. How did you get in here?" Wang Qin gets angry whenever she sees Feng Lin. "I was a soldier for a few years. Your security guards can't stop me." Feng Lin walked over and stared at Wang Qin. "I'll give you the 300 million order. Don't harm your daughter." "Har har. Are you kidding me? This is 300 million, not 300. Who do you think you are?" Wang Qin was too lazy to say more to Feng Lin. If he has this ability, why would he look like this? "Feng Lin, have you been poisoned by idle dramas? Do you think a 300 million order is a piece of cake?" Xu Chuan sat there, puffing away at the cigarette. "If you spend 8,000 yuan a day for 100 years, you still won't be able to spend all the 300 million yuan. Feng Lin shook his head slightly. "I can't say it's a small thing, that sounds too arrogant, let's say it's a moderate thing." Ahem. Xu Chuan, who was smoking, suddenly choked and started coughing violently. Wang Qin said indifferently, "Okay. Feng Lin, I trust you. If you can get us an order of 300 million, I will not interfere in your affairs anymore. Do you agree?" Feng Lin looked at Xu Chuan. "Agreed. As long as we can get the order, we don't care about the Song family." Xu Chuan nodded. If he could take advantage of the opportunity to develop the 300 million orders, the future profit could even double. As the Shu group grows bigger, the Song family will have to pay a heavy price if they want to deal with them. As long as the Song family is not fools, they will definitely not provoke them for the sake of Song Keming, the rich second generation. "Okay. It's settled." After Feng Lin finished speaking, he turned and left. "Stop." Wang Qin called to Feng Lin from behind, "You don't set a deadline. Do you want us to wait for you for 100 years? Feng Lin raised 2 fingers and said calmly, 2 days. "Okay. If you don't receive this order by this time the day after tomorrow, you'd better stay away from my daughter." Wang Qin sat back on the sofa and looked at Feng Lin coldly. "Feng Lin, I'll take you there." Xu Ruoying stood up and walked towards Feng Lin. The 2 security guards standing behind her were about to take action when they were stopped by Xu Chuan. "Xiaoyin, you can send him off, but you can't go with him." Snort. Xu Ruoying snorted coldly, took Feng Lin's hand and left. When she arrived outside the villa, she puffed her cheeks and asked, "Did you do this on purpose?" Feng Lin was puzzled. "What do you mean?" "You knew you couldn't get an order worth 300 million, so you agreed on purpose and planned to run away." Xu Ruoying hit Feng Lin's arm somewhat unhappily. In her opinion, Feng Lin could not complete this task. How can a poor guy who doesn't even have $100 on him get 300 million? "By the way, give me your phone number. When I get an order, have them call you." Feng Lin took out his black cell phone. Are you really confident? Although Xu Ruoying said this, she still took out her cell phone and exchanged numbers with Feng Lin. Nonsense, I will definitely do what I promised. Remember to tell me the information later. Feng Lin waved at Xu Ruoying and left the Xu family. Leaving Xu's house alone, Feng Lin took the same path as before. Follow this stream and leave the East District. He kept flipping through his phone, wondering who to call. He doesn't want to owe favors to people he doesn't know well. If it's someone you know very well, let them know where you are, and maybe you can block his door early tomorrow morning. Mr. Feng Lin. Just as he was thinking about this, a middle-aged man walked quickly towards him from a distance. Feng Lin raised his head and saw Zhu Qian, whom he met in the morning. Why are you still here? Feng Lin frowned slightly. Har, in the morning and evening, I come here to take a walk and exercise. Zhu Qian's words were a lie. In fact, he usually comes here in the morning to exercise. The reason he is here this time is to try and see if he can meet Feng Lin again. This person is a true master, and simply knowing his name is not enough. At least some contact information. It seems that the gentleman is worried. Zhu Qian was worried that he had no chance to chat with Feng Lin, so he took the initiative to bring up a topic. It's nothing, actually. I'm just short of money at the moment. Feng Lin waved his hand casually and continued to stare at the numerous phone numbers on his phone, selecting the list. Sir, a big shot like you is also short of money. Zhu Qian looked surprised. Logically speaking, such a person wouldn't need to manage his finances anymore. No matter what it is, just say the word and someone will deliver it. You don't understand. Feng Lin said unhappily and turned away. Sir, I understand. Zhu Qian followed with a smile, like a follower. Whenever such a big shot wants to do something, there will definitely be a group of people vying to help, but in the end, they may end up owing them a favor. Big shots hate this kind of thing the most. How much do you need, sir? No need to call, I'll give it to you directly, how convenient. Zhu Qian stood in front of Feng Lin and said seriously, I only ask you to have a meal with me and give me some advice. Feng Lin put away his phone and looked at him carefully. I need an order of 300 million. Order? For whom? Zhu Qian asked. Feng Lin pointed in the direction he had just come from, Xu's house. Okay. I agree. The Xu family is also a big company. If we give them the order, we might be able to save money. Zhu Qian smiled and nodded. 300 million is a lot for the Zhu family, one of the four major families. Not much really. What's more, being able to make friends with such a big shot is worth 3 billion, let alone 300 million. Are you sure? Feng Lin asked. To be honest, sir, our Zhu family has some status in Jiang City. We can give you 300 million for free, not to mention the order. Zhu Qian's expression was very respectful, and he continued, if you don't believe me, I will ask them to contact the Xu family now. It's not too late tomorrow, I'll give you some pointers first. Feng Lin stopped Zhu Qian. He didn't like owing others anything. Since others chose to help him, he naturally had to do something for him. Good. Zhu Qian was ecstatic. Right here. I've had my meal. Feng Lin grabbed Zhu Qian's wrist again and felt it carefully. To be honest, your injury is not easy to treat. It will take at least half a month to heal. It's too troublesome for me. Only half a month. Zhu Qian couldn't believe that he had this hidden injury whenever it rained or the temperature dropped. Like a needle pricking your bone marrow. He had been suffering for 20 years, and despite seeking help from many famous doctors, none of them could diagnose the problem, let alone cure it. This one only takes half a month? Does it hurt now? Feng Lin pressed Zhu Qian's waist. Sir, the temperature is fine today. My hidden injury, whenever it rains, or hiss. Zhu Qianjing said this and took a breath. A familiar feeling. He is indeed an expert, he can accurately find hidden injuries and make pain appear. Boom! Feng Lin suddenly exerted force, Zhu Qian's body shook and flew backwards. Zhu Qian fell heavily to the ground. Far from being angry, he shook his left waist excitedly, strange. There is actually power flowing here. You know, the injured area of his body seems to be a piece of dead flesh, and the hidden force cannot reach it. But after being hit by Feng Lin, he was able to mobilize his hidden energy here. Leave me your contact information and I'll call you tomorrow, still at the same place? Feng Lin said casually. Yes. Zhu Qian now has great respect for Feng Lin. At the same time, Tang Qianqian rode her electric donkey home. What happened today made her very angry. If she saw him again next time, she would bite that bastard to death. Mom! I want to ask you something. After parking the electric bike, Tang Qianqian happened to see Tang Hong taking out the trash. P.S. Brothers, if you think it's good, please remember to vote for it. Your support will give me the motivation to continue writing. Chapter 10, 30 Years in the East, 30 Years in the West. Tang Hong smiled and nodded, her heart finally at ease. The 300,000 yuan debt is gone, and my daughter can go to school well from now on. She herself is also preparing to find a job. What's wrong with you today? Why are you so happy? Tang Qianqian was originally very upset, but when she saw her mother smiling from time to time, her anger subsided. The man she hated most was her father. He is uneducated, doesn't work, and still relies on his mother to support him. Not only does he not make money, he also likes to drink and gamble. When he comes home drunk, he will beat her mother. Upon learning that her father had died, Tang Qianqian was not sad but felt somewhat relieved. She immediately went to the local household registration center and changed her surname to her mother's. Speaking of which, I haven't seen my mother smiling so easily for a long time. Good news. I made braised fish and spare ribs today. I'll tell you when we have dinner. Tang Hong washed her hands and went back into the kitchen. Mom! If you had told me earlier, I wouldn't have eaten buns at Uncle Zhang's place. Tang Qianqian walked towards the door as usual and was about to lock it when suddenly an arm stretched out from the crack in the door. Tang Qianqian was so scared that she stepped back in a hurry. Feng Lin pushed the door open and saw Tang Qianqian. Tang Qianqian also stared at Feng Lin. Eyes met. You bastard! How dare you come to my house? I'm calling the police. Tang Qianqian kicked him out. But Feng Lin dodged easily and grabbed her ankle. Mom! Call the police. Tang Qianqian immediately shouted inside. Mom! Feng Lin narrowed his eyes. Could it be that the woman in front of him was Tang Hong's daughter? I remember that when I was gambling before, I did hear Brother Lang say that Tang Hong had a daughter who was in school. Plus, Dad used to be her neighbor. It makes sense that the two of them are engaged. Qianqian, what's going on? Tang Hong ran out nervously, thinking that Brother Wolf was not convinced and was causing trouble again. Ouch! Feng Lin deliberately pushed forward, letting Tang Qianqian's feet stick to his clothes. Then Feng Lin sat on the ground. Tang Qianqian! What are you doing? Tang Hong roared when she saw Feng Lin sitting on the ground and shoe prints on his clothes. Mom! This bastard! Why are you talking? Tang Hong interrupted Tang Qianqian and hurried over to help Feng Lin up. Feng Lin, are you okay? Auntie, I'm fine. I was just kicked. I can handle it. Feng Lin stood up and brushed the dust off his body. Tang Qianqian was so angry that her teeth itched. Mom! He did it on purpose. Shut up. This is our benefactor. Do you know why I am happy? The 300,000 we owed was paid back by Feng Lin. Tang Hong scolded, what are you standing there for? Apologize. Tang Qianqian's eyes turned red with anger. She exhaled and yelled at Feng Lin, I'm sorry. After saying that, he turned and ran into the room. Damn girl. Tang Hong pointed at Tang Qianqian's back and bowed to Feng Lin hurriedly. Feng Lin, I'm sorry, I didn't discipline her well. Fine. Feng Lin smiled and waved his hand, locking the door. Come on, I made something delicious and I'm waiting for you. Tang Hong took Feng Lin's hand and walked towards her living room. Feng Lin sat on a somewhat worn-out sofa with hot dishes in front of him. Let Qianqian eat together. Feng Lin said with a smile. Never mind her. She's already eaten. Tang Hong served Feng Lin a bowl of rice and kept putting vegetables into Feng Lin's bowl. Feng Lin looked at the table full of food and thought they were probably waiting for him. He suddenly felt embarrassed to bring up the idea of breaking off the engagement. Now that she's not having a good life, I'm saying, I want to break off the engagement with your daughter. Wouldn't that make him a villain? He looked down on the other person and thought that she was not worthy of him, so he broke off the engagement. Don't bully the young and poor, as things may change over time. Don't treat him as an enemy. Thinking of this, Feng Lin decided not to mention it for the time being. Anyway, Tang Qianqian is still young. Feng Lin. Who is that person today? Tang Hong, who was eating, asked in a low voice. She is a good friend of mine. Feng Lin explained with a smile. Har har. I'm relieved now. I thought she was your wife. Tang Hong smiled and took a bite of the meal. Come to think of it, you and my daughter are engaged. Tang Qianqian was hiding at the bedroom door, wiping her tears and eavesdropping through the crack in the door. After hearing this, her eyes widened. Feng Lin did not lie, he really was her fiancé. I originally thought that he bribed my mother with money. But she remembered that Feng Lin came to her to break off the engagement. Thinking of this, she puffed her lips, opened the door, walked over and sat at the dining table. I'm sorry. Feng Lin looked at Tang Qianqian, whose eyes were red, and said with a smile. Mom. How come I didn't know that you had a fiancé? Tang Qianqian ignored Feng Lin and looked at Tang Hong. Do you still remember Uncle Feng who lived across the street? Feng Lin is your Uncle Feng's son. Tang Hong explained with a smile. Uncle Feng. Tang Qianqian thought of that dishonest old man and glanced at Feng Lin again. Like father, like son, they are not good people. How can you talk like that? Feng Lin frowned immediately. You can scold me, but you can't scold me. After Tang Qianqian said this, she actually regretted scolding someone's father in front of him. Who wouldn't he be angry? She was just about to apologize when she suddenly felt what Feng Lin said. Something is wrong. Qianqian, if you keep talking like this, I'll be really angry. Feng Lin and your Uncle Feng are both our benefactors. When I broke my leg and had no money for treatment, if it weren't for your Uncle Feng, I would have become a cripple. Tang Hong recalled what happened in the past. Feng Lin's father did not ask for money at that time. He just said that he had a son who would marry Tang Qianqian in the future. Tang Hong's husband, unwilling to pay, agreed on the spot. As for Tang Hong, she had met Feng Lin several times and thought this guy was good, so she decided to hire him. I'm wrong, that's okay. Tang Qianqian held the bowl and glanced at Feng Lin secretly. If these are all true, Feng Lin is indeed their benefactor. 300,000 is not a small amount. Why do you want to break off the engagement with me today? Tang Qianqian suddenly asked. Tang Hong, who was eating, had her expression frozen instantly. Feng Lin also noticed her expression and explained with a smile, I am afraid that this matter will become a shackle for you. You are still young and should not be bound by it. When Tang Hong heard this, she was almost moved to tears. She really was right about the person. If she knew, Feng Lin would break off the engagement. Just because Tang Qianqian has a bad figure, she might be angry to death. Feng Lin, it's good to have some restraint. Tang Hong smiled again and hurriedly picked up some food for Feng Lin. Eat quickly, before it gets cold. After Feng Lin finished his meal here, he returned to the house opposite and lay down on the sofa in the living room. He held up the photos in his hand and flipped through them one by one. Which one should he choose? Feng Lin. Open the door. Tang Qianqian's voice came from outside. Feng Lin put the photos away, stood up and opened the door. I found Tang Qianqian walking in with bedding in her arms. My mom said your bedding hasn't been washed for a long time and has a lot of bacteria. Ours has just been dried in the sun. Thanks. Feng Lin took the bedding and put it on the sofa first. Why do you have so many photos in your hands? Tang Qianqian suddenly asked. What does this little brat know? Get out. I'm going to take a shower. Feng Lin pushed Tang Qianqian's back, ready to drive her out. I know the person in the photo above. Tang Qianqian turned around and said. Chapter 11. Are you here to get married? After hearing this, Feng Lin immediately let go of Tang Qianqian and asked uncertainly, really? There's no need for me to lie to you. Tang Qianqian spread her hands. Feng Lin now has a total of 9 photos, because Xu Ruoying's photos were taken away by Zhu Ziying. In other words, it couldn't be Xu Ruoying. Feng Lin didn't take out all of them, but asked, tell me first, does that person have long hair or short hair? Why should I tell you? I won't. Tang Qianqian made a face and walked outside. But she noticed that Feng Lin did not stop her, so she stopped again. You really don't want to know? I want to know, but I'm not that curious. Feng Lin sat on the sofa again. I have 2 questions. Tell me and I'll answer. Tang Qianqian didn't wait for Feng Lin to refuse and asked first, why did you break off the engagement with me? Second, who are these people to you? Feng Lin thought about it for a moment and decided that it would be okay to tell her this question alone. If the person who proposes to cancel the engagement in the future is Tang Qianqian, then that would be a good choice. These are my fiancées. Feng Lin looked at Tang Qianqian and said calmly, as for breaking off the engagement with you, I think you should understand that I have a better choice. Puff. Tang Qianqian couldn't help laughing. She walked over with a smile and said, I didn't drink alcohol just now. Do you believe what you said? Believe it or not, I've already told you. It's normal that Tang Qianqian doesn't believe it. At first, even when his father gave him 10 photos, he himself didn't believe it. The long-haired woman in a black dress and gold-rimmed glasses is our counselor and vice president of the college, Lan Ru, Tang Qianqian explained. Black skirt. Feng Lin took out the photo again and found the woman as expected. Looks very intellectual. It gives people a gentle feeling, and with a pair of glasses, it looks like a scholarly family. Feng Lin put all the other photos in and looked at this photo carefully. In terms of figure, she is definitely not as good as Xu Ruoying. But it is also above average. Feng Lin is ready to make contact with her. If her personality is the same as her appearance, she will be gentle as water. Then she would be a good candidate. Tang Qianqian also came over and sat on the sofa next to Feng Lin, pouting and saying, Don't dream, Teacher Lan is the goddess of the school, there are so many people chasing after her. Just now, she also learned from her mother that Feng Lin earned the money by gambling. Moreover, the gambling money was borrowed from his friends, so it was obvious that Feng Lin was not a rich man. Call me at school tomorrow morning. Feng Lin put the photo back in. You won't really. Tang Qianqian was speechless, but Feng Lin was their family's benefactor after all, so she couldn't refuse him. She nodded in agreement and left. The next morning, Feng Lin woke up early and prepared to go to school in the morning. Contact Zhu Qian again in the afternoon and settle Xu Ruoying's matter. At 7:30 in the morning, Feng Lin and Tang Qianqian had breakfast together at Tang Hong's place. Finally, Tang Qianqian rode the electric bike and let Feng Lin sit in the back. The two of them took the suburban road from the village in the city and finally arrived at Jiangxi University. Generally speaking, universities cover a large area. Therefore, most of them are built in suburbs, such as Jiang City. It only takes 20 minutes by electric car to get to where Tang Qianqian lives. Qianqian. Is this your boyfriend? No way. Qianqian, you actually have a boyfriend. When they found out that Tang Qianqian was with a man, several female classmates who knew her were all surprised. In their eyes, Tang Qianqian is a typical good student. I study well and often do odd jobs. No matter who confessed to her, she rejected them all, for one reason. I don't want to fall in love before graduation. No. Tang Qianqian stopped immediately, her face slightly red. She pushed Feng Lin down and scolded, We're here, go find it yourself. Feng Lin got out of the car with a smile, gently touched Tang Qianqian's head, and walked into the university. Qianqian. That man is so handsome. And he's tall, probably about 1.85 meters. He looks older, maybe a senior in his 3rd or 4th year. Tang Qianqian hurriedly denied, Don't talk nonsense, I just met him halfway. He said he didn't know the school, so I brought him here. Feng Lin arrived at the school and went directly to the Academic Affairs building. There is a receptionist sitting here. Feng Lin lay on the stage and asked with a smile, I'm looking for the vice president, Lan Ru. Excuse me, do you have an appointment? The round-faced woman at the front desk glanced at Feng Lin and asked. No, but I am her relative. Feng Lin said with a smile. The woman rolled her eyes in annoyance and said, You'd better leave. There are at least 8 people like you every day. Don't embarrass me. Feng Lin thought for a moment and was about to speak when the elevator door opened. A woman in a black dress came out. She was holding a book in her hands and wearing gold-rimmed glasses. This person is Lan Ru. Feng Lin took the photo and compared it again. When he found that it was the person in front of him, he immediately walked over. Hello. Feng Lin greeted with a smile. Well, hello. Lan Ru smiled faintly and walked straight past Feng Lin. When she found Feng Lin was still following her, she frowned slightly. What's the matter? I still have to go to class. Feng Lin looked at Lan Ru carefully, and his voice sounded very gentle. Lan Ru looked at Feng Lin with some disdain and left quickly. Feng Lin followed him again. Before he could say anything, Lan Ru spoke first. Sorry, I have a fiancé, please respect me. Is your fiancé's name Feng Lin? Feng Lin took out his ID card and handed it to Lan Ru. I am Feng Lin. Lan Ru's pupils constricted. She looked carefully at Feng Lin's ID card and remembered that her grandfather had said that her fiancé was called Feng Lin. How is this possible? Grandpa was not joking, he really had a fiancé. Are you here to get married? Lan Ru never thought that her fiancé would come to see her in person. She always thought that this was the reason why her grandfather rejected others. So, this became her reason for rejecting men. Whenever someone confessed his love to her, she would say that she already had a fiancé. I didn't expect that my fiancé would really come. I was originally planning to cancel the engagement, but after seeing you, I thought we could talk. Feng Lin looked at the woman in front of him. She gave him a very comfortable feeling and he wanted to have more contact with her. Break off an engagement. Lan Ru couldn't help but roll her eyes. Is this so real? He originally came here to cancel the engagement, but when he saw me, he no longer wanted to cancel it. Wrong. Lan Ru thought about how Feng Lin seemed to know what she looked like. Logically, it wasn't because of her appearance. Do you have a photo of me before? Yes, actually, I pay more attention to the beauty of the soul. I like gentle people. Feng Lin's words had just fallen. There was the roar of an engine in the distance. A man in a suit stepped out of a red Ferrari and said, Xiao Ru, good morning. Lan Ru looked at the man and smiled faintly. Good morning, Teacher Song. Please park your car in the parking space. I don't have classes today. Remember, you don't have classes either. I have reserved a new restaurant. Are you free for lunch? Song Fan asked with a smile. Sorry, I have to go to the Ministry of Education for a meeting this morning. Lan Ru politely declined. She glanced at Feng Lin and said, Feng Lin, let's go. Feng Lin. Song Fan's face suddenly turned gloomy. He remembered this name. Chapter 12. I am an old Chinese doctor. Song Fan is from the Song family, one of the 4 major families in Jiang City. Song Keming is his younger brother. Compared to Song Keming, who is uneducated and unskilled, Song Fan is much more sophisticated. Therefore, he was given a mission, which was to find a way to pursue Lan Ru and marry her. The Lan family is also one of the 4 major families in Jiang City. Among the 4 major families, 2 did not start out in business. They are the Zhu family and the Lan family. The head of the Zhu family, Zhu Qian, is a master of martial arts. Not to mention Jiang City, even in the whole Jiang Bay, he is a well-known figure. No matter who it is, they will give him some face. The Lan family is even more powerful. Old Man Lan is a senior retired official of the country. The old man had 3 sons in total, 2 of whom died on foreign battlefields. The reason why the Lan family is so powerful can be summed up in 2 words. Connections. Mr. Lan has only 1 son left, and this son has only 1 daughter, Lan Ru. The benefits of marrying Lan Ru can be imagined. Song Fan once talked to Grandpa Lan and said that he liked Lan Ru very much. Old Master Lan told him directly that Lan Ru had a fiancé named Feng Lin. I didn't expect this person really existed. Under Lan Ru's guidance, Feng Lin came to her car. She drives a domestically produced Chery, which is considered a relatively affordable SUV. Originally, Feng Lin thought that a vice president of a university should at least be at the level of an Audi or BMW. However, this made Feng Lin even more interested. Driving this kind of car proves that it is easy to support. After closing the car door, Lan Ru asked, Have you seen my grandfather? Not yet. Feng Lin shook his head. It just so happens that this is a matter between the 2 of us, and I don't want a third person to get involved. Lan Ru gently pushed her glasses down and continued, Feng Lin, I don't want to get married for the time being. Feng Lin smiled and nodded, It's okay. Fine. Lan Ru was a little surprised. She seemed to have thought of something and continued, I am very traditional. Before getting married, the only thing I can tolerate is holding hands. I said, I focus on character. When Feng Lin was on a mission outside before, his female subordinates were as pretty as Lan Ru and others. As a killer of women, outstanding appearance is a must. But they have too hot a temper. Feng Lin likes gentle people. Lan Ru was getting more and more shocked, and she felt she had nothing to say. Can we keep in touch? I'll treat you to a meal sometime. Feng Lin took out his cell phone with a smile. He felt that this woman was pretty good. If her personality could be combined with Xu Ruoyin's figure, he would not even look at the rest of the people. You can get married on the spot. Make time. I have time now. Lan Ru took out her cell phone so she could check out Feng Lin's taste. To be honest, I don't have much money. After exchanging phone numbers, Feng Lin took out two $10 bills from his pocket and said, I thought, since this is our first meeting, I should spend $30 on you. 30 yuan. Lan Ru thought she had heard it wrong. This man was too stingy. But in order to see through this person as soon as possible, she still smiled and said, 20 yuan can still buy a meal. I just didn't have breakfast. That's great. Find a noodle shop. Each of us can have a bowl of beef noodles. $20 will definitely be enough. Feng Lin put the money back in and smiled at Lan Ru. In order to hide her embarrassment, Lan Ru gently pushed her glasses down and said, Okay, I know one. Not long after their car left, Song Fan appeared from the side and made a phone call with a gloomy face. Led by Lan Ru, the two came to an ordinary noodle shop. Nowadays, both students and office workers are busy. There were no customers in the shop. Boss, 2 large bowls of beef noodles. Feng Lin shouted to the boss at the cashier. I just want a small portion. Lan Ru said with a smile. Okay, 1 large and 1 small bowl of beef noodles. The boss called out and walked inside. Feng Lin and Lan Ru sat opposite each other at the dining table. Would it be convenient for me to ask about your job? Lan Ru asked with a smile. I don't have a job at the moment. I just got discharged from the army. Feng Lin replied. For a moment, there was silence again. Then you're home. Boss. Bring me 8 bowls of beef noodles. Before Lan Ru could finish her words, she was interrupted by a rough voice. Lan Ru and Feng Lin both looked in the direction of the sound and noticed a burly bearded man walking in with a group of people. What are you looking at? The bearded man who was in the lead suddenly pointed at Feng Lin and shouted. The people behind him all came up and surrounded Feng Lin. You little brat. Who do you think you are? How dare you look at my brother? A young man with dyed yellow hair walked up, raised his leg, and put one foot on the table in front of Feng Lin. Feng Lin frowned slightly. These people were obviously looking for trouble, but he didn't remember provoking anyone. Lan Ru's face was not looking good either, but she still said with a smile, Brothers, I'm sorry, we didn't mean it. Oh. Beautiful women always say nice things. I won't bother you. The bearded man pointed at Feng Lin calmly, kneel down and kowtow 3 times, and I'll let you go. That's not a good idea, right? There are people watching here, how about we go out? Feng Lin asked with a smile. He finally met a gentle girl, so he didn't want to show off too much. No. You have to kowtow right here in front of me, the bearded man said sternly, otherwise I'll break your legs. When Lan Ru heard this, she had already guessed that these people were hired by Song Fan. Once, because of work, she had dinner with some ordinary male friends. Those people will suffer this kind of intimidation to a greater or lesser extent. Surprisingly, Lan Ru did not say anything. She just wanted to see Feng Lin's courage. There is no money to be made. But he just knelt like this. This man is definitely not worth relying on. Do you really think I'm kidding? Brothers, let's do it. The bearded man noticed that Feng Lin didn't move, so he waved his hand. Stop. Wait a minute. Feng Lin suddenly shouted. Hearing this, Lan Ru felt a little disappointed. But it doesn't matter this way, since she had no plans to marry Feng Lin anyway. You're smart. 3 heads, I'll wait for the sound. The bearded man crossed his arms and said disdainfully. No, you misunderstood. Feng Lin smiled at the bearded man, then looked at Lan Ru. Although I don't have a job, I am a doctor. If we really get married in the future, I will make money to support you. Are you a doctor? Lan Ru was a little confused. Why did he say this at this time? Yes, I am an old Chinese doctor and I am proficient in the structure of human bones. Feng Lin grabbed Wang Mao's knees. Snap. A crisp sound pierced everyone's nerves. R. Huang Mao let out a pig-slaughtering howl and fell to the ground with a thud. Feng Lin stood up with a smile on his face and grabbed the bearded man's shoulders. Snap! Snap! After 2 sounds, the bearded man's arms drooped down. The piercing pain instantly rushed through his body and the bearded man screamed in pain. The rest of the people were all stunned when they saw this. Who the hell is this person? His bones break just by touching him? They all ran away in fear. One person was so nervous that he fell to the ground, but he got up and disappeared in the blink of an eye. Only these 2 people were left, rolling around and wailing here. Lan Ru stared at Feng Lin in disbelief. P.S. Please support me. Chapter 13, Too Much Bullying. Although Lan Ru is not a doctor, she still knows basic medical knowledge. Human bone joints are very strong, how could they be dislocated with just a touch? Isn't it amazing? Feng Lin grabbed the bearded man's neck and pinned him next to Lan Ru. Touch his arm. Lan Ru nodded subconsciously and shook the bearded man's arm, which was really like a noodle. Ouch! The bearded man was in so much pain that tears came out of his eyes. At this time, Feng Lin grabbed the bearded man's left arm again. Snap! With a crisp sound, his arm was connected. Huh? This arm doesn't hurt anymore. The bearded man was surprised. Snap! Feng Lin removed his arm again and smiled at Lan Ru. Is it fun? Oh woo! Big brother. I was wrong, please let me go. I will kowtow to you, I will kowtow to you. The bearded man knelt on the ground with a thud and kowtowed 3 times to Feng Lin. This person is a devil. Who asked you to come? Feng Lin asked calmly. It's Song Fan. He gave me 10,000 yuan to let me insult you in front of this lady. I'll give that 10,000 yuan to you, brother. Please let me go. The bearded man knelt on the ground and cried. Huang Mao also hugged his legs and cried, brother, it hurts so much, please. Feng Lin, forget it, just teach them a lesson. Lan Ru said to Feng Lin. Feng Lin nodded and grabbed their joints respectively. Snap! 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 After 3 sounds, although it was still a little painful, I could move. Thank you, brother. Thank you, brother. The bearded man took out a stack of 100 yuan from his pocket and placed it on the table. Brother and sister-in-law, enjoy your meal. We are leaving now. After saying that, he and Huang Mao ran away. Feng Lin sat down with a smile and pointed at the cash on the table. We are rich now, how about I treat you to a big meal? Forget it, it's past the hour. Lan Ru pushed down her glasses with a smile, and found Feng Lin more and more interesting. When I get home, I must ask my grandfather who he is. Feng Lin and Lan Ru had dinner together, and Lan Ru said goodbye to Feng Lin, saying that she still had work to do. He didn't want to disturb her, so he took the 10,000 yuan and left. It took Feng Lin more than an hour to walk to the small river in the East District. Then he called Zhu Qian and asked him to come over now. Today, if you stimulate the hidden injured meridians again, you can use medicine to regulate them. Just a few minutes after hanging up the phone, a black Bentley stopped in the distance. Zhu Qian opened the back door and rushed to Feng Lin in 2 steps. Sir, I'm sorry to have kept you waiting. I just arrived too. Today I will stimulate the meridians in your injured area and prescribe some medicine for you. Take it for a week and then come back to see me. Feng Lin's hand was on the other person's waist again. Boom! Zhu Qian was prepared this time. He did not fly out, but took 7 or 8 steps back before he stabilized his body. Feng Lin took out his cell phone and sent a text message to Zhu Qian, which was the medicinal herbs for his treatment. Zhu Qian saw the message and walked over with a smile. Sir, the 300 million order was ready yesterday. Okay. Send someone to the Shu family now. Remember, only look for Shu Ruoying, no one else. Feng Lin reminded. I'll do it right away. Zhu Qian looked at the text message on his phone and said respectfully to Feng Lin, I'm leaving first. Kindness. Feng Lin nodded and called Shu Ruoying. After a while, the call came through. Feng Lin, you didn't run away, did you? Don't think so badly of me. I have already found the order, and they should come to you soon. Feng Lin hung up the phone after he finished speaking. He was also preparing to go to Shu's house, which was not far away anyway. Along the way, he also sighed and originally planned to cancel the engagement and leave. Unexpectedly, he met Lan Ru, and after Xu Ruoying's matter was over, he divorced her. I plan to get to know Lan Ru better later. Xu family. Xu Ruoying hung up the phone, and Xu Chuan lit a cigarette, smiled and shook his head. He hung up before you even said anything. He must have run away, right? Wang Qin next to him laughed disdainfully. I told you last night that he would definitely run away. You misunderstood. He said he has received an order worth 300 million yuan and will come to us soon. Xu Ruoying said calmly, but her voice sounded a little unconfident. Har har. Xiaoyan, do you believe it? I'll tell you. Master, the Zhu family wants to see Miss Xu Ruoying. A man in security uniform stood outside the door and said. Zhu family? Could it be? Xu Ruoying was stunned and immediately stood up and walked outside. Xu Chuan and Wang Qin looked at each other and followed. Arriving at the gate, Xu Ruoying looked at the short-haired middle-aged man in the distance and hurriedly went to greet him. It turned out to be Mr. Wang. This man's name is Wang Hai, and he is known as the working emperor of Jiang City. No one in the Zhu family likes business, so they specially invited this expert. In just a few years, the Zhu family's wealth ranked among the top 5 in Jiang City. It can be said that Wang Hai is the boss of the Zhu family business empire. Xu Chuan and Wang Qin were also shocked. Even for them, it was not easy to meet such a big shot. Ms. Xu Ruoying, I have a 300 million order here. Mr. Zhu specifically instructed that it should only be signed with Miss Xu. Wang Hai walked over with a stack of documents in his arms, smiling. Mr. Zhu. Mr. Zhu Qian. Xu Ruoying went crazy because Feng Lin really found an order for her. And it is the Zhu family, one of the 4 major families in Jiang City. Quick! Please come in, Mr. Wang. Xu Chuan was so excited that he couldn't express it in words and hurriedly invited him. After signing the order, Xu Ruoying was still confused. He still feels like he is dreaming. After Wang Hai and others left, she was still standing there in a daze. Soon, Feng Lin appeared in the distance. Did you receive the 300 million order? Seal the forest. Xu Ruoying ran over excitedly and hugged Feng Lin fiercely. Feng Lin smiled and looked at Wang Qin in the distance. I have done my job, shouldn't you also fulfill your promise? Feng Lin. Did you really do this? Don't think I don't know. This must be Zhu Ziying's work, right? Wang Qin glanced at Feng Lin indifferently. Zhu Ziying? Xu Chuan also thought to himself that it was indeed possible that Zhu Ziying was Zhu Qian's daughter. Xu Chuan once told her intentionally or unintentionally that he wanted the 2 companies to cooperate in business. Zhu Ziying asked Zhu Qian, but Zhu Qian said that the people in the Zhu family were laymen and could not influence Wang Hai's judgment. But this time, perhaps it was Zhu Ziying's persistence that made Zhu Qian agree. No matter who did it, the 300 million order has arrived, and I hope you'll keep your promise. Feng Lin walked over with a calm expression. This one doesn't count. This is not the order you want. It's Zhu Ziying's order. You must find us another 300 million order. Wang Qin crossed her arms and said calmly. Feng Lin's eyes narrowed slightly, and his expression gradually became colder. Don't go too far. My patience has its limits. Chapter 14 Women's Acting Skills. Patience. What kind of patience do you have? A poor boy from the village, do you really think you are a big shot? Wang Qin pointed at Feng Lin with disdain. You must rely on your own ability to get an order of 300 million, otherwise get out. Mom. I really misjudged you. Don't you have any sense of shame for going back on your word? Xu Ruoying roared with tears in her eyes. Look at the daughter you taught. How can she talk to me? Wang Qin grabbed Xu Chuan's arm and shook it hard. Xu Chuan sighed deeply. In fact, they really didn't expect that Feng Lin could get an order of 300 million. The 2 chatted for a long time yesterday, and it was impossible for Feng Lin to complete this task. I want him to give up. In their opinion, Feng Lin would take the opportunity to escape. Feng Lin. Let's go. I don't want to stay in a home like this where there is no family affection. Xu Ruoying couldn't believe that her existence was just a benefit in their eyes. They were clearly told about Song Keming's character, but for the sake of an order of 300 million yuan, he put himself in the tiger's mouth. Feng Lin was pulled away by Xu Ruoying. Before leaving, he did not forget to glance at Xu Chuan and Wang Qin. This family really disappointed him. The two took the bus and prepared to go back. Feng Lin looked at Xu Ruoying, who was still crying, smiled and put his arm around her shoulders. You are beautiful. Even in a black sportswear, you look so good. You don't have to tell me. Xu Ruoying pouts slightly and wipes away tears with her sleeve. Shame on you. As Feng Lin was speaking, he felt his cell phone vibrate. He took it out and took a look. It was a call from Lan Ru. Hello. Feng Lin answered the phone. Feng Lin, my grandfather heard that you came to Jiang City and wants to see you. When are you free? Lan Ru asked over there. I have time these days. Okay then, send me the address and I'll pick you up in the afternoon. Lan Ru said with a smile. Okay, goodbye Miss Lan Ru. Feng Lin hung up the phone. Lan Ru. Xu Ruoying's eyes suddenly turned cold. When she found that Feng Lin had hung up the phone, she asked, Do you know Lan Ru? She is also my fiancée. This woman is pretty good. I plan to get in touch with her. Feng Lin did not lie. After all, he and Xu Ruoying were just in a business relationship. Once she is completely free from Song Keming, the mission will be completed. Are you still dreaming? Xu Ruoying sneered. She snatched Feng Lin's phone away, opened the call record and checked the phone number. A familiar number appeared before my eyes. The person who called Feng Lin just now was really Lan Ru. Could it be that Feng Lin didn't lie? You and Lan Ru. Feng Lin, what do you mean? Xu Ruoying suddenly lowered her head in grievance, and the tears that had just stopped fell again. This attracted the attention of all the passengers in the car, who were sitting in groups of 3 or 4, to look over here. Especially the men, they wished to destroy Feng Lin. Such a beautiful girlfriend, but she made her cry. What's wrong with me? Feng Lin was totally confused. Lan Ru and I are both engaged to you. You broke me off and agreed to have contact with her. Does that prove that I am not as good as her? Xu Ruoying wiped her tears with her sleeve and pretended to be calm. I don't blame you. This is normal. How can our Xu family compare with the Lan family? It has nothing to do with your family. I said it at the beginning that I like gentle older sisters. Feng Lin explained calmly. Gentle big sister. Phut. Xu Ruoying burst out laughing. Are you fucking crazy? You're crying and laughing at the same time. Feng Lin rolled his eyes. Your joke is too funny. She and I were in the same class from elementary school to high school. She smoked, permed her hair, and drank. What didn't she do? And you still call her a gentle big sister? Xu Ruoying curled her lips. She and Lan Ru often fought. Feng Lin frowned, looking somewhat unhappy. Xu Ruoying, this is your fault. Even if I didn't choose you, I wouldn't ruin her reputation. I ruined my reputation. If you don't believe me, ask Ying. We were in the same class. In elementary school, Ying often brought good food with her. Lan Ru would grab it whenever she saw it. I had several fights with her because of this. Xu Ruoying gets angry when she talks about this. It was nothing in elementary school, just a one-on-one fight. When I was in junior high school, that stinky woman learned how to call people. Once, Xu Ruoying got first place in an exam and she was second. Lan Ru called a group of women and taught her a lesson while she was in the toilet. However, Xu Ruoying had a bad temper and was not afraid of them at all. It was only in high school, when we were almost adults, that there were no more conflicts. Feng Lin glanced at Xu Ruoying. He just smiled and didn't believe it at all. Feng Lin. If you have the guts, let her confront me. Xu Ruoying said coldly. No. It's not good for you to meet her. I don't want her to misunderstand. Feng Lin smiled and shook his head. You. Xu Ruoying gnashed her teeth in anger, and then she sneered. It's impossible for you to do that. We are married. We are fake. Feng Lin reminded. Who said that? We've already got the certificate. If I don't divorce you, you two can never be together. Xu Ruoying raised her pretty face proudly. It just so happens that I have some needs recently. Having more legal wives is a good choice. Feng Lin glanced at Xu Ruoying and to be honest, based purely on appearance, Xu Ruoying best met Feng Lin's requirements. Bar. Shame on you. Xu Ruoying's face suddenly turned red and she turned to look out the window. The two returned to Feng Lin's residence, but Tang Hong was not at home. In the morning, she said she was going out to find a job to supplement the family income. Feng Lin opened his door, and Xu Ruoying walked in first and collapsed on the sofa. Feng Lin told Lan Ru the address and waited for her to pick him up. At 12 o'clock noon, Feng Lin prepared to go to the bun shop where Tang Qianqian used to work to buy some buns. They taste good there, with plenty of meat. As for Xu Ruoying, she sat on the sofa, flipping through her phone, thinking about what to do next. Suddenly, 2 car horns were heard outside. Xu Ruoying didn't care. Soon, Lan Ru, wearing a black skirt and gold-rimmed glasses, walked in. "Excuse me, does Feng Lin live here?" Feng Lin went out to buy lunch, Xu Ruoying answered, and her face suddenly changed. This voice is extremely familiar. She looked carefully and saw a familiar woman standing at the door. "Lan Ru. It's you?" Xu Ruoying pointed at her viciously. "Why are you here?" Lan Ru frowned. "I'm here to expose you. You, a woman, are deceiving Feng Lin's feelings. I will definitely stop you," Xu Ruoying said coldly. Lan Ru calmly took off her gold-rimmed glasses, her temperament changed drastically, and her eyes became sharp. "Nyo, the more you meddle in other people's business, the more you get involved." Xu Ruoying's figure has been the object of Lan Ru's ridicule since she was a child. She went from being a football king to a dairy cow, and finally to a bull. The process is from sarcasm at the beginning to envy at the end. "I don't care about this title anymore," Xu Ruoying sneered. "I advise you to get lost. Feng Lin already has a partner, and that person is me." Interesting. Lan Ru felt more and more puzzled as to who Feng Lin was. A cold woman like Xu Ruoying would actually say such words. "Is Miss Lan here?" Feng Lin's voice suddenly came from outside, and he saw Lan Ru's cherry tigo. Lan Ru immediately rubbed her eyes, put on her glasses, and said aggrievedly, "Why do you scold me?" Feng Lin was startled, and hurried over. Looking at Lan Ru with tears in her eyes, he shouted, "Xu Ruoying, are you fucking crazy?" Chapter 15, Dead Night, Dead Doctor. "I am so fucking." Xu Ruoying was so angry that she jumped up. "I had said it before, this woman is a bastard. It's okay. I'm fine." Lan Ru took off her glasses, took out a white handkerchief from her body, wiped her tears, and put them back on. "Apologize to Miss Lan." Feng Lin walked in carrying 2 bags of buns and 2 cups of soy milk and said, "Feng Lin." She was pretending. "She was scolding me just now." Xu Ruoying explained. "Can you write a good draft if you lie?" Miss Lan Ru is a university teacher and a part-time vice president. "Why would she scold you?" Feng Lin threw their buns on the table and said, "Apologize now." "It's okay, Feng Lin." Lan Ru forced a smile, walked over and shook her head. "We used to be classmates, there may be some misunderstandings." Even though she explained it this way, she still couldn't stop her tears from flowing. She felt so wronged. Feng Lin hurriedly comforted her. "Don't cry, Miss Lan. She has low character. Don't bother with her. You are the one with low quality." Xu Ruoying was so angry that she was going crazy. This stinky woman was so abominable. "Feng Lin, why does she live with you?" Lan Ru asked in a low voice. "She is my relative. I'm his wife. We've got the marriage certificate." "Feng Lin, show her my certificate." "My certificate is with Ying." Xu Ruoying interrupted Feng Lin. "Do you have a fever? If you keep talking nonsense, get out of here." Feng Lin picked up the buns and soy milk in one hand, and easily carried Xu Ruoying on his shoulder with the other hand and walked out. "Lan Ru! You stinky woman! Shameless!" Xu Ruoying struggled on Feng Lin's shoulder. "Shut up." Feng Lin put Xu Ruoying in the yard, stuffed soy milk and buns into her arms, then went back into their house and locked the door. "Feng Lin, I don't know why she is so angry." Lan Ru lowered her head pitifully. "There's something wrong with her." Feng Lin opened his portion of buns and invited with a smile, "Would you like to eat?" "You're welcome." Lan Ru nodded. "Feng Lin. You're such a big stupid pig. You didn't even know you were cheated." Xu Ruoying was still outside, shouting at the window, eating a bun and drinking soy milk from time to time. "Feng Lin, I actually care about this." After eating a bun, Lan Ru asked in a low voice, "What is your relationship with her?" "I said before that I am very traditional." "Okay, I'll tell you the truth. We've known each other since we were young. Her parents asked her to marry Song Keming, so she asked me to pretend to be her boyfriend temporarily. Feng Lin explained seriously. Oh. So we've known each other since childhood. Lan Ru smiled and nodded. It seemed that they were childhood sweethearts. However, judging from Xu Ruoying's appearance, she should like Feng Lin. After the two of them had eaten, Feng Lin opened the door. Xu Ruoying rushed in immediately. Stop. I'm going out with Miss Lan. You stay home alone. Feng Lin interrupted Xu Ruoying and left with Lan Ru. Lan Ru grabbed Feng Lin's hand, turned around and blinked at Xu Ruoying. This is a silent mockery. You. Xu Ruoying's fingers were shaking with anger. It was still Lan Ru's domestic car. Feng Lin sat in the passenger seat while Lan Ru drove away. The corners of her mouth curled up from time to time. She didn't expect to see Xu Ruoying's helpless and furious look. I have to say, it's really beautiful. It seems that we need to communicate more in the future. The Lan family does not live in the wealthy area of the East District, their home is in the LC area. There is a manor here. They have lived here for a long time. At that time, the Eastern District of Jiang City had not yet been built. Lan Ru parked the car in the parking space outside the manor and got out with Feng Lin. Lead Feng Lin inside. The security guards standing guard all stood straight as swords and did not greet Lan Ru. Feng Lin nodded secretly. The security here was much higher level than that of Xu's family. On the lawn not far away, a white-haired old man was lying in a rocking chair. There was a large parasol next to him and a small wooden table. There is a cup of wolfberry water on top. Grandpa. I brought Feng Lin here. Lan Ru walked over with a smile. The old man stood up from the rocking chair, looked at Feng Lin, and nodded secretly. Xiao Ru, there is nothing for you to do here. Grandpa. What do you want to talk about? It's so mysterious. Lan Ru coquettishly hugged Lan his arm. Let's talk about men. Lan he gently patted Lan Ru's shoulder, be obedient. Lan Ru nodded and walked into the manor, not forgetting to look back at Feng Lin. Feng Lin, codenamed Death Doctor, is a member of a special department of the National Secret Army, Wujie, and is also the youngest person in Wujie. I once founded my own organization, named Dead Knight, Number 1. Lan he saw Lan Ru leaving, picked up the wolfberry water, and drank it while talking to himself. Feng Lin's pupils shrank, and he asked calmly, did my father tell you? No, I have 3 sons. The eldest used to work in the 3rd department of the Secret Legion. Lan he explained with a smile. The 3rd department. The department that was destroyed. Feng Lin asked. Not bad. Fortunately, the 3rd brother likes business, and Lan Ru is his only daughter. Lan he put the cup down and continued, I used to be in the 1st department of the Secret Army, which is the intelligence department, but I'm retired now. That's a coincidence. I did the same thing. I disbanded Dead Knight and I'm retired now. Feng Lin sat on the fence of the garden next to him, smiling and spreading his hands. You are still young. Lan he said lightly. I know, but the mission completed is equivalent to 100 elite secret legionaries working for 100 years. There was no exaggeration in Feng Lin's words. For normal top-level missions, lurking time is measured in years. Some people only complete 3 or 4 top-level tasks in their lifetime. Facing Feng Lin's Death Knight, those tasks can be completed in 1 or 2 months at the slowest, and 3 days at the fastest. Har, let's not talk about that. How is my granddaughter? Lan he changed the subject and asked with a smile. It feels good. Feng Lin finally understood why Lan Ru had known for a long time that she had a fiancé. Because her family knew his past identity. That's good. I also think you two are a good match. Lan he nodded. Xiao Ru has always liked to make trouble since she was a child. She applied to me before and wanted to join the Secret Legion. Did you do this on purpose? Feng Lin asked with a frown. No, I wanted to refuse at first, but when I thought about your engagement, I thought it was a good idea. She will definitely be safe with you protecting her. Lan he lay back down in the rocking chair, rocking gently. You didn't force her? Feng Lin asked. No, don't worry. She is from the 1st department and usually just collects intelligence. She is relatively safe. Lan he explained. Feng Lin breathed a sigh of relief, feeling as if he had been tricked. He stood up with his hands in his trouser pockets. Do me a favor first. Speak. Lan, he said with a smile. Put pressure on the Shu family and temporarily make their business uncomfortable. Feng Lin felt that it would be better to resolve Shu Ruoying's issue first. Simple. Lan He nodded. At 6 o'clock in the afternoon, Xu Chuan and Wang Qin sat in front of their notebooks, studying the 300 million contract. Wang Qin smiled happily. With the Zhu family's 300 million orders, she could also take the opportunity to cling to the Zhu family's thighs. If Xu Ruoying marries Song Keming again, she can get another 300 million orders. By then, with the help of the two major families, the Xu family may become a new big family. At this moment, Xu Chuan's cell phone suddenly rang. He took it out and looked at it, then asked calmly, "What's wrong?" "Mr. Xu, the Ministry of Commerce suddenly stopped approving our documents. If we can't deliver on time, we will have to pay a large amount of liquidated damages." There was a voice coming from the phone. What? What happened? Xu Chuan asked hurriedly. I don't know. I'm trying to understand the situation. Check it out quickly. Notify me immediately if you have any news. Xu Chuan said and hung up the phone. Chapter 16. I'll fight you. Wang Qin saw Xu Chuan's nervous expression and asked hurriedly, what happened? It's the Ministry of Commerce's business. They have stopped approving many of our products. If we can't deliver on time, we can't afford the penalty. Xu Chuan opened the contact information on his phone, found the phone number of Jiang City's Ministry of Commerce, and called it immediately. He turned on the speakerphone, put the phone on the table, and continued to ask the company's main manager through their computer's chat tool. See what happened? Hello. A middle-aged man's voice came from the other end of the phone. Mr. Liu, this is Xu Chuan. Xu Chuan quickly picked up the phone and said with a smile, I heard that your Ministry of Commerce suddenly stopped approving. I want to ask what happened. Stop the approval process. Who told you that? Our approval process is still ongoing, but we are being inspected by our superiors and we need to study the documents carefully. The process is just slow. Mr. Liu on the other side calmly explained, I'm busy. I'll hang up now. Having said this, the person on the other end hung up the phone. This. Xu Chuan called his assistant again, I asked, and they said that the higher-ups are going to check, so the progress is slow. Mr. Xu. No, I just learned that only our group has a slow approval process. The rest of the companies are all in normal condition. The assistant continued, not only that, we just received news that all the documents that we had approved have been taken away, and they said they would conduct a re-investigation. Xu Chuan and Wang Qin looked at each other. This was obviously aimed at their company. What exactly happened? Xu Chuan hung up the phone with a gloomy face. If the people from the Ministry of Commerce were to trip them up, the blow would be much greater than that to the Song family. Faced with the Song family's business threat, they at least have room to resist, and at worst they can rely on other families. Thinking of other families, Xu Chuan immediately stared at the contract in front of him. Zhu family. No matter what, the Xu family and the Zhu family are partners now, so it will definitely be possible to let them come forward. Xu Chuan found the phone number reserved on the document and called it immediately. Hello. A middle-aged man's voice came from the other side. Mr. Wang? I'm Xu Chuan. I just signed a 300 million yuan contract with you. Stop. Wang Hai interrupted Xu Chuan and said, Mr. Xu, I have very high standards for words. Please pay attention to your wording. The person who signed the contract with me is Miss Xu Ruoying. But Xu Ruoying is my daughter. Xu Chuan's face turned pale. But you are not Xu Ruoying. The contract clearly states that the person I signed the contract with is Miss Xu Ruoying personally. If you have any questions about the contract, please let her contact me. After Wang Hai finished speaking, he hung up the phone. Xu Chuan and Wang Qin were both stunned. In other words, without Xu Ruoying, the 300 million yuan contract would be just a pile of waste paper. Husband, is it that the Zhu family is angry and putting pressure on the Ministry of Commerce? Wang Qin's face also looked a little abnormal. No. Although Zhu Qian is powerful, he definitely cannot influence the Ministry of Commerce. Otherwise, their group's financial strength would have long been number one in Jiang City. Xu Chuan was a little anxious. He grabbed his hair and walked back and forth. What should we do? If the funds cannot flow and we cannot pay our employees, We will eventually go bankrupt. Wang Qin was so frightened that she started to tremble. She couldn't stand the poor life. Send someone to find Xiaoyin immediately, Xu Chuan said sternly. Feng Lin and Lan Hai chatted for a while and then prepared to leave. Lan Ru hurried out from a villa in the distance and served as Feng Lin's driver. Sending Feng Lin away was secondary, she mainly wanted to play with Nyo Nyo. Speaking of which, Xu Ruoying has been very stubborn since she was a child. She would not beg for mercy even when she was pinned to the ground and beaten. I went to school with her for so long and we lived in the same villa area. It was the first time I saw her being humiliated. Lan Ru likes this feeling very much. Feng Lin sat in the passenger seat again, supporting his chin with one hand. He originally wanted to ask why Lan Ru wanted to join the secret legion. Later I thought about it and decided to give up since I had only known Lan Ru for one day. It's not appropriate to ask such private questions now. Feng Lin, what did you and Grandpa talk about? I haven't seen Grandpa so happy in a long time. Lan Ru asked with a smile. It's just some casual talk. My dad is a good friend of your grandfather. Feng Lin did not tell her the truth. If he really decided to get married in the future, it would not be too late to tell her. When they got back to their home, Feng Lin got out of the car first and invited Lan Ru, why don't you come in and chat? I'm afraid of making Xu Ruoying angry. Lan Ru lowered her head in grievance. Get out of the car. What are you afraid of? If she dares to scold you again, I will beat her up. Feng Lin took the initiative to open the car door. Kindness. Lan Ru nodded and got out of the car. The two returned to the room, and Tang Hong from opposite door had not returned yet. Feng Lin arrived at the room first and found Xu Ruoying watching TV. I saw Feng Lin coming back with Lan Ru. Xu Ruoying stood up angrily. Her original plan was to ask Zhu Ziying to bring her marriage certificate while Feng Lin was away. But remembering that everyone in the Xu family must have been keeping an eye on Zhu Ziying, he gave up. Sit. Feng Lin turned around and smiled at Lan Ru. Lan Ru put her hands in front of her and stood stiffly in front of Xu Ruoying. If there was any misunderstanding between us, I apologize to you. As he spoke, he did not forget to wink at Xu Ruoying with a mocking smile. You are pretending. Xu Ruoying cursed viciously. Xu Ruoying. Do you think I don't dare to teach you a lesson? Feng Lin walked over and pointed at Xu Ruoying. What? You dare to hit me? Come on. Hit me in the face. Xu Ruoying leaned forward and pointed at her cheek and shouted. Bang. Feng Lin slapped him. Xu Ruoying's face flushed instantly. She covered her buttocks, full of shame and anger. You dare. It's quite elastic. Feng Lin said with a smile. You. Damn Feng Lin, I'm going to fight you. Xu Ruoying lunged forward, bumped into Feng Lin, and threw him onto the sofa. What are you doing? Stop it, let go. Lan Ru stood behind Xu Ruoying and twisted her butt hard. Arr! Xu Ruoying suddenly cried out in pain, climbed up from Feng Lin, and was about to grab Lan Ru's hair. You dare to pinch me? Who pinched you? Lan Ru looked innocent. Where did they pinch you? Feng Lin grabbed Xu Ruoying's shoulders and held her down on the sofa. If you don't like me, just say it. Why are you framing me? Where did I pinch you? Let Feng Lin see. Lan Ru wiped her eyes pitifully. How could Xu Ruoying let Feng Lin look there? But with her personality, she couldn't pretend to cry like Lan Ru. She felt more and more aggrieved and ran out quickly. Xu Ruoying. Feng Lin immediately caught up. Lan Ru pushed her glasses down with a smile and followed him out. Xu Ruoying's speed was definitely not faster than Feng Lin's. With only a distance of more than 100 meters between them, Feng Lin grabbed her arm. Let me go. Play with your gentle big sister. Xu Ruoying's face was cold and she shook her arms vigorously. Chapter 17 How to Make a Man Fall in Love with You Quickly. Stop joking and get down to business. Feng Lin began to change the subject in his most familiar way. If nothing unexpected happens, it won't be long before your family will beg you to come back. Stop changing the subject. Although Xu Ruoying said this, she was still very curious because her parents had already called. Feng Lin also laughed when he found Xu Ruoying calmed down. It seems that you want to know the reason. It was me who asked Lan Ru to ask her grandfather for help. Lan Ru's grandfather. Xu Ruoying thought of the old man. To be honest, she went to school because of Lan Ru's identity. Many people fawned on her. Yes, her grandfather asked the Ministry of Commerce to put pressure on her. The purpose of Feng Lin saying this was to make Xu Ruoying change her opinion of Lan Ru. No wonder my dad said that. Xu Ruoying nodded secretly, then she stared at Feng Lin and shook off Feng Lin's hand. What's wrong now? Have I been bad to you? I have been doing what I promised you before. Feng Lin looked somewhat helpless. Do you want to end things quickly, divorce me, and go find Lan Ru? Xu Ruoying pursed her lips and asked lightly. Yes, I want to end your affairs as soon as possible. We are not familiar with each other, and it is not good for both of us to have a marriage certificate hanging on it. Feng Lin said this and explained with a smile, don't worry, I have an acquaintance. After we get divorced, you will be shown as unmarried, not divorced. Xu Ruoying stared at Lan Ru who was standing in the distance, but her heart was racing. For some reason, she didn't want to break off her relationship with Feng Lin immediately. In particular, Feng Lin's future partner is Lan Ru. Give me your cell phone, let me use it. Xu Ruoying stretched out her hand. There was nothing on Feng Lin's phone, so he showed it to Xu Ruoying. Xu Ruoying opened the address book and found that many of the people in it were represented by numbers. 2345. But she still found a phone number with the note, Dad. After clicking on it, Xu Ruoying wrote down the number and returned the phone to Feng Lin. Ask Lan Ru to come over, I'll talk to her. You should have done this earlier. Feng Lin nodded. While Feng Lin was away, Xu Ruoying immediately saved the number on her mobile phone. Lan Ru walked over from a distance, stood in front of Xu Ruoying, and said aggrievedly, I apologize to you for what happened before. Don't pretend, my phone didn't record it. Xu Ruoying turned her screen to Lan Ru and said, I'm not kidding now. I'm asking you something seriously. Explain. Lan Ru also returned to normal. Do you have any feelings for Feng Lin? To put it simply, are you with Feng Lin because you like him, or are you with him because you want to see me laugh? Xu Ruoying asked calmly. Are you kidding? I've only known him for less than a day. Lan Ru said with a frown. I'm about the same as you, but I think Feng Lin is good, I want to give it a try with him. Xu Ruoying wasn't quite sure what she was thinking, but she just didn't hate Feng Lin. I think this man can do it. Maybe they knew each other when they were kids. You mean to declare war on me, saying that Feng Lin is your man and asking me to stay away from him? Lan Ru gently adjusted her glasses. Yes, that's what I mean. Xu Ruoying straightened her body, showing off her proud figure. You can't compare to me. Have you heard of a saying? Big is justice. Interesting. Lan Ru's expression was calm, but she couldn't help but feel envious in her heart. I'll stop here. The reason I told you calmly is to thank you for asking your grandfather to put pressure on our Xu family. After Xu Ruoying finished speaking, she walked towards Feng Lin. Lan Ru narrowed her eyes into a line. Putting pressure on the Xu family. She never did. Since Xu Ruoying said so, it must be Feng Lin who told her. Lan Ru really couldn't understand why Feng Lin could get her grandfather to do things for him. When asked before, he refused to say. Looks like I need to force it. Feng Lin looked at the two people in the distance, and they should have put aside their past grudges. Feng Lin, let's go back. Xu Ruoying held Feng Lin's arm in her arms and walked inside. Feng Lin frowned and was hugged by her. He felt his body was out of control and followed Xu Ruoying's footsteps. Lan Ru secretly took a photo with her phone and followed with a smile. Feng Lin, since I brought you here, I'll go back first. Good. Feng Lin quickly broke free and turned around to say. After watching Lan Ru leave, Feng Lin shook his head and went back into their house. Let's discuss your situation. Your family members are all profit-oriented. In just 1 or 2 days, they will surely cry and beg you to come back. Feng Lin sat on the sofa, looked at Xu Ruoying and said, you can make your request then. Kindness. Xu Ruoying nodded absent-mindedly. She was staring at her mobile phone at the moment, searching for several questions. How to make a man fall in love with you quickly. I'm very beautiful, how can I make a straight man fall in love with me so much? When I meet a straight man, how can I give him hints without leaving any traces? At the same time, Lan Ru returned home and walked towards Lan He in the yard. Har har. You're back, girl. How do you feel about Feng Lin? Lan He asked with a smile. Not so good. Lan Ru pretended to be angry and took out her phone, opened the photo she had taken, and handed it to Lan He. Look, this is the fiancé you found for me. This Feng Lin, I really underestimated him. Lan He smiled and returned the phone to Lan Ru. Lan Ru said calmly, I want to break off the engagement with him. Okay, I agree. Lan He nodded. Do you agree to this now? Lan Ru was a little confused. How could she ask this? Yes, this is also for your safety. I said before that I don't agree with you joining the secret legion. The reason I agreed later was that Feng Lin would protect you. Lan He explained calmly, but his subtext was clear. If Lan Ru breaks off the engagement with Feng Lin, she won't be able to join the secret legion. So Feng Lin is from the secret legion, but what do you mean? Do I still need him to protect me? Lan Ru snorted coldly, with a look of disdain on her face. Do you know how many S-level missions your uncle and second uncle's 3rd division have carried out? Lan He suddenly asked. Of course I know. I performed S-level tasks 19 times and failed 4 times. I performed 2 S-level tasks 15 times and failed only 6 times. I performed 3 S-level tasks 4 times and failed 2 times. Lan Ru knew very well that it was because of their influence that she wanted to join the secret legion. The departments of her eldest uncle and second uncle are the elite among the elites in the combat group. Then do you know how many times Feng Lin's organization has carried out this operation? Lan He asked with a smile. How many? Could an S-level mission exceed 10 times? Lan Ru asked back, you know, S-level tasks are not something that ordinary people can perform. Level 3S missions have risen to the level of world security. Lan He closed his eyes, lying on the rocking chair and said, his organization has completed 0 S-level tasks, 0 2S level tasks, and 298 3S level tasks, with 1 failure. Lan Ru was still a little disdainful when she heard the previous words, but she was stunned when she heard the last part. P.S. Let me ask you a question. I am a straight man. How can I make a girl fall in love with me? Chapter 18 Traitor. Lan Ru didn't react for a long time. Suddenly, she exclaimed, Dead Knight. Only the legendary Dead Knight can do this. You know, Dead Knight had always maintained a victorious posture, but a year or 2 ago, Dead Knight failed a mission. Later, for some unknown reason, it suddenly disappeared. You guessed it right, Feng Lin is a member of Dead Knight. Lan He explained calmly. That guy Feng Lin turned out to be. Lan Ru was so excited that she couldn't express it in words. Number 1 in Dead Knight. The dead doctor is her idol. A godly man. Grandpa. What's Feng Lin's number? Lan Ru didn't look angry at all. She squatted beside Lan He, grabbed his arm and asked. I don't know, probably closer to the back, around 5, 6, or 7. Lan He's expression suddenly became serious. I'm telling you this because you're Feng Lin's fiancé. Remember, don't tell anyone, including your dad. I know. Lan Ru put her hands in front of her, with a crazy look on her face. If I marry Feng Lin, won't I be able to see my idol? Feng Lin must have a way to contact the dead doctor. Then, Lan Ru shook her head vigorously. No way. I am already Feng Lin's wife, so how can I still call another man my idol? I'm so confused. Lan Ru grabbed her hair and muttered to herself. Lan He shook his head slightly, lay back in the rocking chair and closed his eyes. Feng Lin sat on the sofa, crossing his legs and watching TV. Xu Ruoying was sitting next to him, and her cell phone rang every few minutes. If you find it annoying, just turn off your phone. Feng Lin knew without guessing that it must be her parents calling. How about we go back? Xu Ruoying asked tentatively. After all, they were still her parents. She was not heartless, so how could she be so ruthless? You are welcome to take a call first. Feng Lin said with a smile. Good. Xu Ruoying stared at her phone, and sure enough, 1 minute later, another call came in. It was Wang Qin. She took a deep breath and pressed the answer button. Hello. Xiaoying. My dear daughter, please come back. Mommy knows she was wrong. Please come back soon. Wang Qin was crying and her voice became hoarse. Why would I go back? I'm married to Feng Lin now. While Xu Ruoying was speaking, she secretly glanced at Feng Lin. Okay. Mom agrees. It's your freedom to marry whomever you want. I won't force you anymore. Wang Qin agreed on the spot, come back soon. Okay. That's what you said. Xu Ruoying hung up the phone after she finished speaking. She smiled at Feng Lin and said, she agrees that I won't marry Song Keming. Congratulations. Feng Lin nodded. I'm going back now. Do you want to go with me? Xu Ruoying asked, standing up. No, seeing them affects my mood. Feng Lin shook his head and continued, go finish your work first, and then tell me the news about my mother. Xu Ruoying was slightly stunned, and she nodded slightly, okay, then I'll go back first. After Feng Lin sent Xu Ruoying away, he sent a message to Lan He, telling him that the matter with the Xu family was over. He was lying on the sofa and had just stretched when he heard the sound of a car. Seal the forest. Lan Ru smiled as she pushed the door open and walked in quickly. She looked around and asked curiously, where is Niu Xu Ruoying? I've gone back. Her family affairs are almost over. Feng Lin replied. It's just as well that she's not here. Lan Ru sat on the sofa, looked at Feng Lin's face, and asked in a deep voice, are you from Dead Night? Feng Lin was stunned. Lan He actually told her about this. Just look at your expression. What number are you? Grandpa said you might be at the back. What number are you? Lan Ru grabbed Feng Lin's arm excitedly. I'm number 6. It seems that Lan He only told her that he was from Dead Night, and did not reveal his true identity. So it's number 6. Do you have a way to contact the dead doctor? Is your number 1? Lan Ru asked. Feng Lin frowned, why are you looking for him? Feng Lin, don't be jealous. In fact, he is my idol and a true unsung hero. I just want to chat with him for a few minutes, that's all. Lan Ru raised 3 fingers and swore, I can swear that I will never do anything to let you down. Feng Lin sighed helplessly. His identity hadn't been confirmed yet and he was already saying such things. I can't contact him either. He disappeared after the disbandment of Death Night. I heard he went abroad to relax. Feng Lin was talking about himself. If his father had not lied to him that he would not live long, he might still be abroad now. Can you tell me about him? I'm very interested. Lan Ru put her hands in front of her, looking like a crazy fan. As a person, he is very handsome, so handsome that it is hard to describe. He is tall and manly. In short, he is a perfect person. Feng Lin sighed deeply, I'm sorry, after living with him for so many years, I really can't find a single flaw in him. Wow! Lan Ru exclaimed and leaned back on the sofa, her eyes full of stars. Worthy of being an idol. So what happened back then? Why did he disband Dead Night? Lan Ru asked again. Feng Lin looked into the distance. In fact, this matter was not a secret. The country and the top leaders of the secret army all knew about this. It's okay to tell you, but you have to keep it a secret. Don't worry. I swear. I won't tell anyone even if I die. Lan Ru raised 3 fingers again. Feng Lin took a deep breath and explained calmly, during the last 3S level mission, he found out that the number 3 of the Dead Knight was an undercover agent of the enemy. What? There are such people in the Dead Knight. Lan Ru covered her mouth in shock. Well, number 3 is the brain of Death Knight. She is very smart. All our mission plans were planned by her. She was once the person that Death Doctor trusted the most. Feng Lin nodded, his voice emitting a bone-chilling chill, but she is a traitor, and she stole almost all the intelligence of the Secret Legion, causing it to suffer heavy losses. Just now Feng Lin said that he was number 6, because number 6 had died in order to save the remaining members. He always felt that he was sorry for these people. It was all because of his indulgence and negligence that allowed number 3 to steal information so easily. The state did not punish him or even blame him. But he still didn't have the face to stay there any longer. Lan Ru also fell silent. No wonder Death Knight disbanded for no reason. Feng Lin, I'm here to introduce you to a job. Lan Ru noticed Feng Lin's cold expression and said with a smile, you don't have a job, do you? Can I be your teacher? Feng Lin raised his eyebrows, then smiled and nodded, okay. I knew you would agree. You are from Dead Knight, so you must be very strong. You can be a physical education teacher. Lan Ru has already planned to contact Feng Lin. But she still had to make sure about Feng Lin's character. She was not a fool who would marry her off so easily. But I don't like sports. I can teach foreign languages. I am fluent in 8 languages. Feng Linjing said, looking at the message on his phone. He frowned slightly. I need to go to the Shu family. Chapter 19. My husband was kidnapped by his mistress. Shu family. Lan Ru was a little unhappy and muttered, "It's Shu Ruoying again, right? Well, I am a man of my words. Besides, she hasn't given me the information I want yet." Feng Lin prepared to leave. "Let me drive you there." Lan Ru stood up and said. "Can." Feng Lin nodded. Feng Lin received a text message from Shu Ruoying, who told him that she was coming over because her parents wanted to see her. Under Lan Ru's leadership, Feng Lin came to Shu's house again. He jumped out of the car and waved at Lan Ru. "Go back if you have nothing else to do." "Why? Are you going to stay here overnight?" Lan Ru opened the window and placed her arm on it. "I'll wait for you here. I have to go to the school to handle the formalities later." "Oh well." Feng Lin smiled awkwardly and turned to walk inside. This time, the security guards around did not stop Feng Lin because Shu Chuan and the others had already given their permission. After entering the villa, the Shu family of 3 were all sitting here. Seeing Feng Lin coming in, Shu Ruoying immediately stood up, pulled Feng Lin and asked him to sit next to her. "Feng Lin, my wife and I have discussed this 300 million order carefully, and I think you have succeeded." Shu Chuan took out a cigarette from his pocket and looked at Feng Lin indifferently. Feng Lin sneered in his heart. If it weren't for Lan his help, they would never have surrendered so quickly. "We will no longer interfere in Xiaoying's marriage." Shu Chuan suddenly raised a finger. "But there is one thing, you must marry into our Shu family, and your child's surname must be Shu in the future. Marry into their wife's family." Feng Lin glanced at Shu Ruoying with a puzzled look on his face. "What? You're still not happy? My daughter will be unlucky for the rest of her life if she marries a poor boy like you." Wang Qin stood up and pointed at Feng Lin and shouted. "You won't say anything." Feng Lin was already used to Wang Qin's barking. He just looked at Shu Ruoying. "What can I say? We've already got the certificate. If we cancel it now, we'll be divorced." Shu Ruoying stared at Feng Lin. "Don't worry. I have an acquaintance who can help you become unmarried." Feng Lin said. "What are you bragging about?" "My husband just called the people over there and they said the information has been uploaded to the national database and cannot be deleted." Wang Qin pointed at Feng Lin and said, "Why would I agree to my daughter marrying you?" "Mom! Stop talking. You all promised me just now." Shu Ruoying grabbed Feng Lin's hand and left. When the 2 of them arrived at the yard, Feng Lin said, "Your business is over. I want to know about my mother. I tried to recall a little bit, but I can't remember it clearly." Shu Ruoying let go of Feng Lin's hand, paused and said, "2 people came to our house at that time. Your mother chatted with them for a few words and then left with them. What do those 2 people look like?" Feng Lin asked immediately, his breathing a little rapid. "I can't remember. I need enough time." Shu Ruoying took Feng Lin's hand and walked towards the Mercedes-Benz next to them. "You don't know where I live yet, right? I'll take you there and find you a job." "No need, Lan Ru is outside. She has already introduced a job for me and asked me to be a teacher in the school." Feng Lin refused with a smile and walked out. Shu Ruoying gritted her teeth. That Lan Ru was planning to confront her head on. I clearly advised her to stay away from Feng Lin. But she was not in a hurry, since she and Lan Ru lived in the same villa area. Feng Lin will go back with her sooner or later. Feng Lin followed Lan Ru all the way to the school to handle the formalities. As for Feng Lin's occupation, he became an English teacher. Like Lan Ru, he is mainly responsible for the finance department. Feng Lin remembered that Tang Qianqian was here. But it's already afternoon, and Feng Lin can go to class tomorrow. "By the way, you haven't been to my house yet. I'll take you there." Lan Ru took Feng Lin to a villa area at the outermost part of the East District. The houses here are all small villas and cannot be compared with the manners like those in Lanher. The Shu family's large villa is much more luxurious than this place. Feng Lin took a quick look and found that it was actually similar to his hometown in the countryside. A house plus a yard. But the price is worlds apart. Lan Ru parked her car in front of her house and found a Mercedes-Benz parked outside her house. Looking at the license plate, it was Xu Ruoying's car. Xu Ruoying walked down from the driver's seat, went straight to the passenger seat, and knocked on the window a few times. Feng Lin opened the window and asked with a smile, "Why are you here?" "My home is right here." Xu Ruoying pointed at Feng Lin and shouted coldly, "Come home with me." "Xu Ruoying, what exactly do you want to do?" Lan Ru asked in a deep voice. "Feng Lin is my man, you damn mistress, get out of here right now." Along the way, Xu Ruoying thought a lot and discovered that Lan Ru had a fatal weakness. Isn't she pretending to be gentle? Then she would be more ruthless, as she believed that Lan Ru's temper would be exposed sooner or later. "Xu Ruoying, don't make me angry. You and I are just partners," Feng Lin reminded. "Get out of the car. Come back with me. Otherwise I will beat her up." Xu Ruoying pointed at Lan Ru and shouted. "You dare?" Feng Lin snorted coldly. Lan Ru glared at Xu Ruoying angrily and parked the car in the parking space in front of her villa. He got out of the car and took Feng Lin into her villa. Xu Ruoying followed Feng Lin closely. "Get out. You are not welcome in my house. I am calling the police." Lan Ru looked at Xu Ruoying and said, "Call the police. Feng Lin and I have obtained our marriage certificate. If you dare to call the police, I will tell them that I am here to look for my husband, and that he was kidnapped by his mistress." Xu Ruoying glanced at Lan Ru proudly. "You?" Lan Ru clenched her fists in anger. If Feng Lin wasn't here, she would have hit him long ago. "Feng Lin, let's ignore her." Lan Ru opened the door of the villa, and the decoration inside was more sporty in style. There are many weapon decorations on the wall, such as bows and arrows, daggers, and so on. Feng Lin was not surprised. Since she chose to join the Secret Legion, she must have a strong heart under her gentle personality. This is more in line with Feng Lin's aesthetic. "Lan Ru, get me a glass of water." Xu Ruoying put her hands in her trouser pockets and said lightly, "Don't you have hands?" Feng Lin frowned. "I'm not talking to you." Xu Ruoying pushed Lan Ru hard and pushed her onto the sofa. "Are you going or not?" "You?" Lan Ru pointed at Xu Ruoying angrily and gritted her teeth in hatred. "Xu Ruoying." Feng Lin grabbed her neck from behind, pressed her down on the sofa, and slapped her hard on the butt. Xu Ruoying's cheeks flushed instantly, but she said coldly, "Feng Lin, come if you have the guts. I tell you, I will treat Lan Ru the same way you treat me." After hearing this, Feng Lin did not continue fighting. He couldn't always stay with Lan Ru. Lan Ru next to her shouted in her heart, "Go ahead and hit me." She wouldn't dare to do this to herself in private. "Humph. You don't dare anymore." Xu Ruoying sneered a few times. It seems that this plan is correct. According to Lan Ru's personality, she will explode sooner or later. "Feng Lin, I want to teach her a lesson too." Lan Ru's eyes had turned red without her noticing, and tears were welling up in her eyes. "Don't cry. Come, hit her hard, I'll help you hold her down." Feng Lin hurriedly comforted. "Kindness." Lan Ru nodded. Chapter 20 All. Lan Ru felt a chill in her heart, but her expression was very aggrieved, and she patted him gently. No effort at all. Feng Lin was deeply moved. What a gentle woman. "Hit hard. There's a lot of flesh in this area, it can't be damaged," Feng Lin reminded. "Well, I really tried hard then." Lan Ru suddenly clenched her fists, raised the corners of her mouth slightly, and started punching Xu Ruoying. Bang bang bang. "Arr! Bastard!" Xu Ruoying screamed in pain and struggled hard. "Feng Lin, look at her. I told you she was pretending. This woman has a violent tendency. You forced me to do that." While Feng Lin was speaking, Lan Ru also stopped. Xu Ruoying stared at Feng Lin coldly. Although it hurt a little, it was fortunate that it was a woman who hit her. She didn't react that much. But he still felt aggrieved and pinched the soft flesh on Feng Lin's waist hard. "Stop," Feng Lin said hurriedly, "there's someone at the door." After hearing this, Lan Ru stood up and looked towards the distant window. Sure enough, she saw a woman standing in front of her house. It was none other than Zhu Ziying. She opened the door of the villa and asked, "Zhu Ziying, what's the matter?" "Ing." When Xu Ruoying heard her coming, she immediately let go of Feng Lin and walked outside. She pulled Zhu Ziying in and stood in front of Feng Lin, Ying. Tell her what kind of person Lan Ru is. Don't say anything. You are in the same group. Don't think I don't know. Feng Lin gently rubbed his waist, stood up from the sofa, looked at Lan Ru and said, I'll go back first. I'll go to work tomorrow morning. Okay, I'll take you back. Lan Ru said with a smile. No need, you finally got home, there's no need to go out again. Feng Lin declined politely. Feng Lin, my home is at the end of this street. I'll take you there. Xu Ruoying invited. Need not. Feng Lin smiled and shook his head. He planned to take a good walk around the area and familiarize himself with the environment. In the past few years, many new areas have been established in Jiang City, and even until now, the routes are not familiar to everyone. Seeing Feng Lin leave, the villa fell into silence. Lan Ru. I warned you last time, but you left then, right? Why are you here again? Xu Ruoying questioned. Feng Lin is my fiancée, and my grandfather is very satisfied with Feng Lin. What does it have to do with you if Feng Lin and I are close? Lan Ru crossed her arms and glanced at Xu Ruoying with disdain. You vixen, you mistress. Feng Lin and I are married. Xu Ruoying cursed coldly. Feng Lin is not here now. Do you think I can't cure you? Lan Ru took off her glasses and asked calmly. Do you really think I'm afraid of you? Xu Ruoying rushed towards Lan Ru without saying a word. Lan Ru grabbed Xu Ruoying and threw her over her shoulder onto the sofa. Bang! Xu Ruoying's single ponytail was untied, and her smooth black hair became messy. Xiaoyin, are you okay? Seeing this, Zhu Ziying hurried over. I'm fine. Xu Ruoying felt a little dizzy. She held her forehead. She didn't expect Lan Ru to be so strong now. I'm not afraid to tell you that when I was in high school, I trained in the military zone. Now my combat power is enough to fight against 2 special forces soldiers. Lan Ru put her hands on her hips and looked at Xu Ruoying calmly. In Lan Ru's view, Xu Ruoying now is just like a fight between elementary school students, relying solely on brute force. No skill at all. What's more, she couldn't match Lan Ru in terms of pure brute force. I'm telling you, I'm just not feeling well today. When I recover, I'll definitely teach you a lesson. Xu Ruoying pulled Zhu Ziying away. She remembered what her grandfather had told her, took out her cell phone, and found the cell phone number of Feng Lin's father. Feng Lin strolled around until dusk and then returned home. I found out that Tang Hong had returned. Auntie, how's your job search going? Tang Hong was washing clothes in the yard. Feng Lin walked over and asked with a smile. Hey, I found a few, but the salary is a bit low. I'll look for more in the next few days. Tang Hong raised her head and said. Feng Lin was just about to speak when he heard his father calling. Feng Lin frowned slightly, answered the phone, and walked to his room. What's wrong? Are you married to Xu Ruoying? Feng Chen's voice came over. It was a fake marriage. She knew my mother's whereabouts. I helped her through the difficult times and she told me what happened back then. Feng Lin sat on the sofa and said with a faint smile. What did you find out? Feng Chen asked. She couldn't remember clearly, but there were 2 people who chatted with my mom for a few words and then left together. Feng Lin said into the phone. This daughter-in-law is good. I am very satisfied with her. She can give birth to a son. Otherwise, let's take her. Feng Chen laughed over there. No, I prefer gentle people. I think Lan Ru is a good choice. Feng Lin answered while picking his ear. Lan his granddaughter? With a military background, she must be a strict person. I'm very satisfied with her. Otherwise, let's go with Lan Ru. Feng Chen said again. Which one do you want me to choose? Do you think Tang Qianqian is also good? Feng Lin asked with a frown. Tang Qianqian? She's young and beautiful, younger than you, and a very family-oriented girl next door. Damn, she's not bad. Feng Chen muttered over there, I'm suffering from selective phobia, I might as well take them all. Shut up, I'll handle this myself, why are you calling? Feng Lin rolled his eyes and said that he didn't know who to choose. You should know Xu Ruoying's meridians. She is very suitable to be a warrior. Give her more guidance. I owe the Xu family a favor. Feng Chen hung up the phone after he finished speaking. Oh, trouble. Feng Lin shook his head slightly. The next morning, Feng Lin took Tang Qianqian's electric bike to school again. Feng Lin didn't tell her that he was going to be a teacher. Until, under the leadership of Lan Ru, he came to Tang Qianqian's finance class 6. Let me introduce you all. This is your new counselor and English teacher. Lan Ru stood on the podium with a smile, pointing at Feng Lin and saying, he studied abroad for many years. Tang Qianqian was dumbfounded. How could someone like Feng Lin study abroad for so many years? Go study abroad in Africa? Feng Lin glanced at the crowd below. There were probably only about 20 or 30 people. Finance class 6 is the last class, and the number of students here is extra. Tang Qianqian sat in the second row, near the aisle. There are only 5 men in the class, the rest are all women. Feng Lin, I leave it to you. Lan Ru patted Feng Lin's shoulder and turned to leave. Feng Lin sat on the podium, propped up his cheek with one hand, and looked at the people below. Ask me if you have any questions first. Teacher. Do you have a girlfriend? A woman with dyed brown hair asked. Suddenly, a woman's laughter was heard in the class. You have no chance, just give up. Feng Lin crossed his legs and spoke in English. Stop talking nonsense, I don't understand. A yellow-haired guy with earrings in the last row shouted indifferently. The class, which had been lively and cheerful, suddenly fell silent. Feng Lin was just about to say something when he saw a man walking down the stairs. Song Fan. It's him again. It seemed like he wanted to warn himself. Brother, what's your name? Why are you so arrogant? Feng Lin asked with a smile. Of course I am. The rubber track in the school playground was donated by my father. You can call me Master Zhang like other teachers. Zhang Haoqian said calmly. So you are the young master. I didn't expect you to be a gigolo part-time. Feng Lin grinned. Puff. The class, which had been silent, suddenly burst into laughter. Chapter 21, Sniper at the Middle Gate. Zhang Haoqian slammed the table and glanced around gloomily. Is it so funny? The remaining 4 men also stood up and pointed at the people in front. What a laugh. Shut the fuck up. Zhang Haoqian stood up and walked towards the podium. He took out his cell phone, stared at Feng Lin and said, You scolded me just now, didn't you? Wait for yours first. Feng Lin suddenly raised his hand and looked out the door. Come in, why are you hiding outside? Everyone in the class followed Feng Lin's gaze and looked towards the door. Song Fan outside thought for a moment and walked in with a smile. Wow. It's teacher Song Fan. So handsome. It's a pity that he doesn't teach in our grade. When the many women in the class saw Song Fan come in, many of them had infatuated looks on their faces. Everyone in the school knew Song Fan's identity. This is a typical rich second generation. Women in college are different from those in junior high and high school. Their minds are mature. In junior high and high school, many women admire men who are attractive because of their personal charm. Handsome, good at playing basketball and games. As long as you have one good point, girls will like you. Most men who are confessed to by girls are in this age group. But university is different, personal charm is not the first priority. The one with money is the boss. Because people are mature, being handsome doesn't mean you can buy a house or a car. Song Fan came to school in a sports car worth millions, which is money that most people cannot earn in their entire lifetime. Besides, Song Fan is not ugly, who wouldn't he want to marry a man like him? Har har, hello, my name is Song Fan. I'm Feng Lin, teacher Song, how do you educate students like this? Feng Lin asked with preconceived ideas. The last time I had dinner with Lan Ru and encountered that group of thugs, it was his doing. The logic couldn't be simpler. His purpose was to get himself away from Lan Ru. This time, he must have been the one secretly instigating the incident. Song Fan couldn't say anything. He was hiding there, waiting for the two of them to have a conflict. Then he stood up, took the moral high ground, and criticized Feng Lin. According to his popularity, many women in this class will definitely stand on his side. When the time comes, report this to the dean and Feng Lin will definitely be fired. Now I don't know what to say. Zhang Haoqian suddenly grabbed Feng Lin by the collar and shouted angrily, Why did you scold me just now? That's right. Teacher Song, the new guy just now scolded young Master Zhang. We all heard it. The insults were awful and a complete personal insult. Several men sitting in the last row stood up and spoke. Song Fan was delighted. This Zhang Haoqian still had some brains. He frowned and looked at Feng Lin. Teacher Feng Lin, why are you insulting your students? Tang Qianqian, who was reading a book with her head down, sighed deeply. What a ridiculous Feng Lin. The new students all offend the big shots. Song Fan and Zhang Haoqian are both rich men, so dealing with Feng Lin, a pauper, is like a piece of cake for them. But it would be wrong for me not to help. Teacher Song, it was Zhang Haoqian who scolded this teacher for no reason. Tang Qianqian stood up and said. Feng Lin immediately gave Tang Qianqian a look of gratitude. Tang Qianqian curled her lips and sat down again. I admit that I said something a bit too much, but he insulted my character and called me a duck. Zhang Haoqian pointed at Feng Lin, as if he wanted to fight with Feng Lin. As he was speaking, an older, short teacher walked through the door. He wore black framed glasses, had very small eyes, and his hair was bald like a Mediterranean sea. He saw Song Fan and Zhang Haoqian were both here, and immediately walked in flatteringly. Teacher Song, what happened? Director Liu Zhu, you're here just in time. Song Fan turned his head and winked at Liu Zhu. I still have classes, I'll leave things here to you. He was not a fool. He had been acting aggressively all the time, and when Lan Ru heard about it, he was the one who suffered. Liu Zhu nodded in understanding. He is the deputy director of the finance department. Song Fan and Zhang Haoqian often invited him to dinner, so he naturally knew which side he was on. Director Liu, this new teacher scolded me very harshly. Zhang Haoqian pointed at Feng Lin and said with cold eyes. How dare you insult students? What do you teach? Why have I never seen you before? Liu Zhu questioned Feng Lin. I teach English and today is my first day at work. Feng Lin grinned. You teach English? Don't you know? Am I the one teaching English to several first-year finance classes? Liu Zhu stood with his hands behind his back, with an air of a superior. But it's normal, a level higher can crush people. Any teacher who sees him as the deputy director would be respectful. Feng Lin shook his head and said, I don't know about that. It was arranged by the vice president. Vice Dean. What level of English certificate do you have? Liu Zhu asked. I don't have a certificate. How dare you mislead students without a certificate? Who gave you the courage? Who? Liu Zhu was still fiddling with his English. Maybe I'm better at English than you. Since the other party was not polite to him, Feng Lin had no need to indulge him. Do you know who I am? I have lived abroad for more than 10 years. Your English is better than mine? Are you okay? Liu Zhu's face was full of disdain. He didn't dare to say anything else, but he was quite confident in English. He had no communication barriers with those foreigners. Then let's compete to see whose English is better. Feng Lin said with a faint smile. What's the point of carrying out missions around the world if you don't know the local language and can't integrate into the environment? He is fluent in 8 languages, both in writing and with different accents. If it comes to simple communication, Feng Lin can speak 15 different languages. Tang Qianqian covered her face helplessly. Feng Lin was really asking for trouble. There are several foreign teachers in the school, and they all say that Liu Zhu's English is very standard. How can Feng Lin, who studied abroad in Africa, be compared with Liu Zhu? Your name is Feng Lin, right? If your English is better than Director Liu's, I will apologize to you. If not, just resign. Do you dare? Zhang Haoqian said to Feng Lin that several foreign teachers in the academy did not speak Chinese well, and it was Liu Zhu who communicated with them. Song Fan had said before that his goal was to drive Feng Lin away. The Song family is one of the 4 major families, and Zhang Haoqian's father specifically explained it. You must please Song Fan at school. Okay. I agree. What do you think, how should we compete? Feng Lin asked. It's simple. Follow me to the academy's broadcast room. We'll each recite a passage, and then the foreign teachers will judge it. After Liu Zhu finished speaking, he led the way. Feng Lin followed him with a smile. This Feng Lin. What a fool. He is going to lose the job he finally found. Tang Qianqian clenched her fists secretly, but she couldn't help at all. Comparing English with teacher Liu Zhu is really asking for trouble. Come on, let's go and see what's going on. The counselors are all there anyway. Several girls around also started to make a noise. Tang Qianqian watched everyone go out. She hesitated for a moment and followed them out. Just then, a familiar voice came from the radio. It's Liu Zhu. His speech was the very famous, "I have a dream." Everyone stood outside the broadcasting room, listening quietly. Soon, a blond white man came from the distance. She looked up at the speaker, nodded secretly, and said in not very standard Chinese, "Teacher Liu Zhu's English is getting better and better." It's over. The foreigners all agree. Tang Qianqian sighed deeply. At this moment, Liu Zhu ended his speech. Feng Lin's voice came over. It was also, "I have a dream." This is going to be a sniper fight through the middle door. Chapter 22, Brutal Measures. A deep and magnetic voice came from the college loudspeaker. Following closely is this very famous, "I have a dream." It is in front of his statue that we gather today, and this solemn declaration is like a beacon of light. It brought hope to the millions of black slaves who were suffering in the fire of injustice that destroyed their lives. It comes like a joyous dawn, ending the long night of bondage. Feng Lin's voice was very high-pitched, and his tone changed after every sentence. The white female teacher next to her had her eyes wide open and her jaw almost dropped to the ground. At the same time, a lot of people gathered here. Several foreign teachers from the college all gathered around and looked up at the loudspeaker. Not only them, but also Vice Dean Lan Ru, followed the voice and stood here. Vice Dean. Hello, Teacher Lan. Several foreign teachers and many students around all greeted Lan Ru. She is a goddess-level person in the academy. Tang Qianqian couldn't help but take a few more glances. Feng Lin must be dreaming when he said Lan Ru was his fiancée. She is so beautiful and gentle, and she is a person of superior family background and position. Unless her family members were blind, they would not let her marry Feng Lin. However, for some reason, she always felt that Feng Lin's accent was very similar to the voices in the American movies she often watched. No Chinese accent at all. Finally, Feng Lin's speech ended. The several foreign teachers here all applauded enthusiastically. The students around also applauded. The door of the broadcasting room opened, and Feng Lin walked out with his hands in his trouser pockets, looking very confident. Liu Zhu and Zhang Haoqian also followed out. It seems that all the foreign teachers are here. Let's let the teachers judge. Feng Lin walked towards the teachers here and said with a smile, "Please give some comments." "Dude, was it you who just spoke?" A white man grabbed Feng Lin's arm. "Yes, it's me." Feng Lin nodded. "I thought you were a voice actor from our country, you're so awesome." Caucasian man giving thumbs up. "Why is he stronger? Is my pronunciation not standard?" Liu Zhu's expression looked a little unnatural. "Director Liu, your pronunciation is already very standard, but I can still tell at once that you are not a local." "Yeah. This teacher is totally unrecognizable. Not only that, he just used an Eastern US accent, as well as a Southern accent. He even used a London accent. I thought he was from my hometown. He spoke more standard English than I do." The foreign teachers here had no idea what was going on and all explained with a smile. The many students around, especially those in Feng Lin's class who knew the whole story, all were so shocked that they were speechless. This teacher is so amazing. His speech is more standard than that of local people. Tang Qianqian couldn't believe it. She didn't expect Feng Lin's accent to be so accurate. As a top student, she had looked up a lot of information to learn English. The English spoken in the United States is actually similar to Mandarin Chinese. Although they all speak Mandarin, people from every province have an accent to a greater or lesser extent. I didn't expect Feng Lin's English to reach such a level. Feng Lin turned around with a smile, stretched out his hand, and gestured 1 centimeter to Liu Zhu. "It seems that I am indeed a little bit better than Director Liu." Liu Zhu's face turned pale and he left with a flick of his sleeves. Zhang Haoqian was also ready to leave. "Stop, are you apologizing?" Feng Lin grabbed Zhang Haoqian's shoulders from behind. "I'm not old yet, and my memory is not that bad." Zhang Haoqian gritted his teeth secretly. There were too many people here, so it was not suitable for fooling around. He turned around quickly and said, "I'm sorry." After saying this, he immediately trotted away with a sinister look in his eyes. "Feng Lin, you are worthy of me. When Lan Rugang heard Feng Lin say that he was fluent in 8 languages, she thought he was bragging. Now it seems that it is most likely true. But think about it carefully. That's right. According to rumors, number 1 and number 2 of Dead Knight are the strongest. Feng Lin had said before that number 3 was the brain of Dead Knight, equivalent to a strategist. Feng Lin, the number 6 at the back, is probably not good at fighting, but in other aspects. Feng Lin said jokingly, just average, 3rd in the village. From a distance, Song Fan's face became increasingly cold as he watched the two people being intimate. He picked up his cell phone and made a call. It seems that ordinary thugs can't hurt him. We should use some ruthless measures. His brother knows a lot of people who do dirty things, so he must have a way. Song Fancheng drove his sports car to their high-end restaurant owned by the Song family. Song Keming was standing here waiting. He saw the sports car, walked over and opened the passenger door. "Brother, what's the matter?" Song Keming closed the car door and asked with a smile. "Help me get rid of this person. You know, my father asked me to pursue Lan Ru, but Cheng Yao Jin showed up halfway." Song Fan took out his cell phone and opened the photo album, which contained Feng Lin's photo. "Fuck! It's him?" Song Keming almost jumped up. "Why? Do you know him?" Song Fan frowned. "Brother, do you know Shu Ruoying?" Song Keming asked. Song Fan nodded. Of course he knew that her appearance was comparable to Lan Ru's. But in many cases, identity and background can also play a role in adding points. It's like two equally beautiful women, one dressed simply and the other wearing a crown. Men of some status who have no shortage of women will choose the one wearing the crown. Such women are more difficult to conquer, and you will feel a sense of accomplishment only when you catch them. "I was about to get you ruined, but this kid Feng Lin got in the way." Song Keming clenched his fists viciously. "Fuck. This kid is against us, brothers, what can you do?" Song Fan didn't expect that all the women that Feng Lin and his two brothers liked were related to each other. "Brother, I got some drugs from my friend." Song Keming took out a bag of dark yellow powder from his pocket. "I'm going to get Shu Ruoying first. Do you want some too?" "No. Lan Ru's status is not comparable to Shu Ruoying's. If her family finds out, our Song family will be finished." Song Fan shook his head. He still knew his limits. The Shu family can't afford to offend the Song family, so they may choose to swallow their anger in the end. The Lan family is different. "Brother, I will also invite Feng Lin this time. While he is unconscious, I will find a woman to send to him." If Lan Ru knew about this, what would she think? Song Keming gave a meaningful smile. "You kid. I'm really not as good as you when it comes to crooked ideas." Song Fan smiled and hugged Song Keming, his eyes narrowed into a line: find another man, pretend to be the woman's boyfriend, go and catch the stolen goods, and let a reporter report it. "Damn. Bro, your crooked ideas are pretty good too." The two brothers smiled at each other. Feng Lin only teaches one class, and there is only one English class that day. He finally made it to the afternoon school. "I originally planned to take Tang Qianqian's electric car back, but I received a call from Shu Ruoying." "What's wrong?" Feng Lin answered the call. "Song Keming said he wanted to talk to us, and I agreed." Shu Ruoying said that she also wanted to tell Song Keming in person that it was impossible for them to do so and asked him to let the Shu family go. Song Keming. Feng Lin frowned. He didn't know the relationship between Song Keming and Song Fan. But since it was still Shu Ruoying's business, he naturally had to go and take a look. "Okay, come to the school to pick me up." Chapter 23, Drugs in the Wine. Feng Lin stood alone at the school gate. Suddenly, he leaned sideways to avoid someone's hand. Looking back, I found that it was a cute girl with twin ponytails and she was a little short. She is less than 1.6 meters tall and looks like a little loli. Feng Lin had seen this person before. He was the student he was currently in charge of, sitting in the corner of the first row by the window. When Feng Lin and Zhang Haoqian had an unpleasant experience, she was always looking at her phone. During the lecture, she was also wearing headphones and watching the video. Feng Lin deliberately looked at the other person's name, which was Jiu Juojuo. But he did not remind them, just like when he was training those new recruits in the Secret Legion. Feng Lin will never remind anyone who is lazy, because such people will be eliminated sooner or later. "Do you have eyes at the back of your head?" Can you see this? Jiu Juo looked up in surprise. It's just an instinctive reaction. Feng Lin looked down at Jiu Juo, who was wearing a black and red sportswear and had a cute and childish little face. If you don't know, you might think he is a junior high school student. But this is a real university campus. I heard that you are Tang Qianqian's boyfriend. Jiu Juo asked curiously. Who said that? Feng Lin frowned immediately. He had just arrived at the class and had not interacted with Tang Qianqian in the class. Everyone is talking about it. Several people saw Tang Qianqian riding a bike to bring you to school this morning. Jiu Juo paused and said calmly, I advise you to break up with her immediately, otherwise I will report it. Feng Lin put his hands in his trouser pockets and asked doubtfully, let's not talk about whether we are boyfriend and girlfriend. What's going on between me and her? Does it have anything to do with you? I don't like it, that's fine. I'll give you 1 day. I'll keep my word. Jiu Juo walked towards a Maserati on the side of the road. A tall man in a suit got out of the driver's seat and took the initiative to open the passenger door for her. Damn it, you're quite arrogant. Feng Lin muttered. The Maserati had just left, and Xu Ruoying's Mercedes arrived soon after. She opened the passenger window and said to Feng Lin, get in the car. Feng Lin nodded and sat in the passenger seat. Today, Xu Ruoying wore a black sportswear with her hair in a neat ponytail, revealing her extremely delicate and cool face. Xu Ruoying glanced at Feng Lin, started the car, turned around and left. He's the type who'll have trouble finding you. Feng Lin supported his cheek with one hand and observed Xu Ruoying inside through the car window. I roughly guessed it, but don't worry, I'll just say a few words. Xu Ruoying didn't know the details, but she knew that what her parents feared most was revenge from the Song family. This time she went there, she was ready to make things clear. Soon, the two stopped at a high-end hotel. They walked towards the hotel door together, and a male waiter in uniform came over with a smile. Excuse me, is this Miss Xu Ruoying and Mr. Feng Lin? That's right. Xu Ruoying nodded slightly. Please follow me, both of you. The male waiter led the way. They came to the elevator and arrived at the 15th floor. This is a very high-end private room. The waiter opened the silver door and motioned Feng Lin and Xu Ruoying to go in. Feng Lin and Xu Ruoying looked at each other and walked in together. Whether it's the floor or the ceiling, everything is full of luxury. There is a small rockery in the middle of the dining table. The surroundings are decorated very gorgeously, and it is hard to imagine that this is just a place to eat. There are already some cold dishes on the table. Song Keming was sitting here alone, looking at his cell phone. When he saw Feng Lin and Xu Ruoying coming in, he stood up with a smile and said, please take a seat, I'll tell them to serve the wine and food right away. Mr. Song, there's no need to bother. I came here just to tell you one thing. Sit down and talk while you eat. I asked you to come this time because I also want to say something. Song Keming interrupted Xu Ruoying with an oppressive tone in his voice. Feng Lin smiled and placed his hand on Xu Ruoying's shoulder. Sit down. It seems like he won't be able to finish talking about his affairs in a short while. Xu Ruoying hesitated for a moment, but finally nodded. Song Keming's lips curled up slightly, and he pressed the intercom on the wall. You can serve the wine and food. Compared to Xu Ruoying's nervousness, Feng Lin was much more relaxed. With him around, Song Keming would never hurt Xu Ruoying at all. After a while, some very expensive dishes were placed on the table by the waiter. Finally, 2 bottles of red wine were served. Come on, fill it up first. This is 1982 Lafite, which most people can't afford. Song Keming stood up with a smile. No need, Mr. Song, we drove here and can't drink. Xu Ruoying flatly refused. After all, she was the general manager and had eaten out many meals for the sake of contracts. She would always refuse like this. As a woman, it is necessary to be cautious. I can drink, Mr. Song, give me some. Feng Lin raised his glass with a smile. Song Keming's expression changed. Damn, I didn't think of this. His purpose this time was to make Xu Ruoying and Feng Lin faint. He played with Xu Ruoying. Find another woman to act out the affair with Feng Lin, and then get caught by the man and exposed by reporters. If Feng Lin simply fainted, Xu Ruoying would definitely help him go back. He couldn't force Xu Ruoying, given Xu Ruoying's personality. She will definitely call the police. But it was different when Xu Ruoying fainted. After the incident, he also said that he fainted and knew nothing. Maybe he could even bite back and say that Xu Ruoying took the initiative. Har har. Easy, I'll ask them to prepare some coke. Song Keming stood up and walked outside. Please wait a moment, both of you. Seeing him leave, Feng Lin picked up a bottle of Lafite. Xu Ruoying patted Feng Lin's hand and glared at him. Put it down. It's his treat anyway. Feng Lin chuckled, opened the bottle of red wine and poured some into his own glass. He took a sip and immediately spat it out on the ground. What's wrong? Xu Ruoying asked. There was a drug in it, so I knew his motives were not pure. Feng Lin put the wine glass on the table. Who are you trying to fool? If you could know by just tasting it, who would fall for it? Xu Ruoying curled her lips. So, if the food can be notified through the conversation device, why does Coke have to go out in person? Feng Lin asked calmly. Xu Ruoying was speechless for a moment. Could it be that what Feng Lin said was true? If this is true, one can imagine what Song Keming will do this time. Har har. Sorry for the long wait. Just then, Song Keming walked in with a large bottle of Coke in his hand. The food and drinks are paid in advance. I went downstairs to buy a bottle. He opened the lid and filled Xu Ruoying's glass. Come on. Mr. Song, women drink Coke, and we men naturally drink alcohol. Feng Lin opened the red wine and filled Song Keming's glass. See how he avoids taking the drug. It can't be like those mindless plots on TV. Pour the wine on the ground and the other side will be blind and unable to see.